Cloud. Cool. All right, guys, let's get to. Okay. Cool. All right, let's get started. So we're going to cover a lot of ground today. We're going to move fairly quickly. The intent of the training is to give you tools that you can actually go and apply today. Okay, it's not theory. It's not. It's something you can apply right now. We are live streaming, so if everybody's watching, we saw we had 5 or 6 people watching right then. Glad you're here. I already told Alicia, if the screen or we lose connection here in the hotel, let Joy know on her Facebook Messenger, and I'll do a quick change so you guys can see this too. It is Orlando, Florida. We are the, let's say, 29th of April, and it's hot as you know what out there today. So,
Nah.
No, you don't need to get on there. No, I would just check and get from there. Thank you. Cool. And we got Randy's here. Randy's here. So we're going to cover a number of things. So if you're watching on live stream, thanks for being here. Hopefully you can see the screen. I turned my phone around. I got a better, you can actually see it now. So we're going to start with the 4-step system. We're going to get into an actual way, literally how Joy and I created our business and went really quick using samples. We're going to show you exactly what to say. For those of you watching on the live stream, at the break here in about an hour and 10, I am going to post that on our Facebook group. So you're going to have exactly what I'm talking about here. If you're in the room here, you're going to get a copy of it. We made printouts for you. Okay. So let's start. We'll do that. Joy's going to talk about our ideal distributor, how to create that person, how to get clear who that is. We'll take a break, come back. Jen's going to get into how to do a weight loss challenge, how to use the sample packs to say to somebody, not even don't try it. We're putting together a little challenge, see who loses the most weight next week, right? To get other people to join and use the product. We'll then have Randy come up and talk about products more in depth. Jen will be back and she'll talk about how to follow up. I'll do a section on the compensation plan, and as usual, we always have a quiz that we always have fun with at the end of the day. So here we go, guys. We teach a 4-step system. This is very, very simple. It comprises of invite, present, follow up, and enroll. During the first 48 hours, your new prospect is the most excited they're ever going to be. They're also the most scared. It happened at the same time, okay? And we've also upset the apple cart in their house. They came to you and said, I want more time and I want more money. And the first thing we asked for them was more of their time and some of their money. So believe me, we just upset the apple cart. And there may be such a thing as a quiet spouse, but there's no such thing as a neutral spouse. They're either behind it or they're not. So your first goal when you enroll someone, and better yet, sponsor is probably a better word because that's an action word. When you sponsor someone, it's your job to help get them up and running. Now, we like to say that we take care of some of the heavy lifting and have the training set up so you can be brand new in this industry and still get it. But it's still up to you to help them get to that next step. And your first goal with them is to put money in their pocket in the first 30 days. First 30 days. If not, you're going to lose somebody. Okay? So you want to make sure that they're earning money. And I always suggest when you get your first check in, you take your sweetheart out to dinner and say, this is on our new company. Okay? You want to get that person, and you want to put money in their pocket. If they're making money, they're developing a team. They're engaged. They're moving forward. Okay? So the first 48 hours, we're going to show you something unique today, but when you're making a list, so I want you to have them make a list of people, okay? And don't judge it, just make a list. It could be a couple hundred. I don't know, my thumb's right there. Joey, hold up. We have something special up in Vermont. They're called cell phones. I don't know if you've heard of them before. I don't know if they have in Georgia now. But cell phones.
Well, we still have buttons on ours.
Remember the curriculum? And then we finally convinced mom and dad to buy the long cord. You know, that was a big deal. So you can go in 2 rooms with that. But go to your phone. List everybody out of your phone. There's enough. You have enough people in your phone. AT&T says we have 303 people in our phones on average. We have 1,000 or 2. You have enough in your phone to make you wealthy. Chances are most people don't call people on the phone. Why? Because they're afraid of what they're going to say or their reaction or whatever. It's normal. We're the same way. We just don't care. We bring our fear with us and do it anyway. Okay? We just make the calls because it's timing. It's timing. I've had people say to me, I can't believe you started that and didn't tell me. I was afraid of you. Big boy, you know? So get the phone out, write down every name. Don't leave them on the phone, get them out. Don't judge it, put them on paper, okay? This afternoon, a little bit, we're gonna show you how to text people and how to just make this so seamless and so easy. Think about who you wanna work with. So after you make the list and you don't judge it, I want you to go back and start judging. I want you to go, who do I really wanna work with? You don't have to work with everyone. We've had a couple of people, in fact, someone called, or that person called yesterday, and Joy said, you're gonna call this person back, and I'm using this person, so you don't know if it's a male or female. And I said, no, I won't call her back. And why not? I said, I don't like her. She's not a nice person. You don't have to work with somebody just because they might make you a little extra money. There was a gal in a previous business I was in 04 to 07 who made a ton of money. She was horrible. And Joy said, first question, you're gonna call this person. I went, no. We want to work with people we call hot tub friends. People we want to hang around with, have maybe an adult beverage, a trim, an adult beverage, and spend an afternoon just kind of hanging around. That's what I want to work with. Okay, it's that relationship that where people are going to stay and where they're going to continue, they're going to want to be connected with each other. So I want you to eventually make the list with everybody, but initially I want you to go after people that you absolutely love to work with. Okay, so you can use your the list jogger, the memory jogging systems, or grab your cell phone, man. You got 90% of your leads, your contacts in there. So invite, present, follow, enroll. Invite. What are you inviting people to? You're inviting them just to take a look. We tend to get too tied up on, oh, it's a business, oh, it's a product, or you're just inviting them to take a look to see if it's open for them. Joy and I weren't looking for something, but and then for the first week I wasn't open. I'm the guy that usually comes kicking and screaming anyway, right? Yeah. Thanks for taking so long to think about it. But you know, just this process, I wasn't looking, and you know, a lot of people connect with us, and I'm like, hey, it's not. So you're just asking people to see if they're open for a look. So make a list right now. Put down your top 2 or 3 people. 2 or 3 people you'd love to work with. Just put them on your page. Somebody that you'd love to approach and say, man, this would be so cool if we could do business together. Okay. And then next to their name, I want you to use 3 adjectives to describe them. Like you were going to introduce them to me, and you were going to say, hey, I'm going to introduce you to Lashrana. She's got high energy. She loves people, and people love her. Bam. How could you explain the 3 adjectives of that person to me? Okay. Because when you call them, I don't use a script. This is called no script podcast. Have you ever noticed? Anybody have a friend ever call them and you knew they were reading the script? How weird is that? Is that awkward? You're like, no, hey, it's me, man. You know, just talk to your brother. You know, you can even tell when somebody you don't even know is using the script. Yes. How awkward is that? Very. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. There's people who call up and they want to start this relationship. Hey, how's it going? Pretty good. Who the hell is this? Right. That kind of thing. So you want to be authentic when you're talking to people. So here's what we do. We come up with people we absolutely want to work with. We put them on another list called our dream team list. And truly, and so here's an example. Let me give a couple examples. I'll take a few in the room if you like. Stacy, a friend of ours, lives down in Boca area. She loves people. She's supportive and she's super honest. People are crazy about her. Massage therapist. She's kind of a jack of all raw food chef. She's pretty cool. She made food for our wedding. But Stacy, if I were to call Stacy on a product approach, I'd say, hey, Stacy, Dave here. Listen, Joy and I found some amazing products, and we called you because we wanted you. You're on our dream team. You know, you love people. You're supportive. You're honest. That's why we want to be connected with you. People need to know you want them, you need them, you love them. This is relationship, guys. So tell them the truth. If you don't like it, don't call them. Okay, if you do call them, don't lie to them. I don't really like you that much, and you make some money. At least you're authentic. At least you walk away being authentic. So Stacy, if she was a business person, hey Stacy, Joy and I found something that kicks tail. She's somebody that loves to help people. So listen, you're on our dream team. You love people. You're supportive. You're honest, and I think you can help a lot of people. Are you open to take a look? That's the only thing we ask. These are 20-second phone calls, guys. Are you open to take a look? Here's another one, Bo Reed. I met Bo when he was 31. I was 46, 47. He was my upline in my first company, and our smallest product was a $1,500 product. And then I went to a $7,000, and then I went to a $12,000 product. So we heard price objections once in a while. So Bo he's a red, if you know the color coding system. He's a driver. He's all about the bottom line. His third month in that business, he was making 44, 45 grand a month. Okay. So I call up Bo, and hey, Bo, you're a leader, bottom line. Hey, Bo, Dave here, listen, man. We just found something, and there's at least 30,000 a month on the table for you. I called you because you're a leader, you're the bottom line guy, you're a big thinker. Are you open to take a look? Are you open to take a look? So if they say no, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no, the timing's not right. They're not open to take a look, and that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Most of the people join eye contact say no to us. It's hard to believe. We're nice people. Eventually join, right? Most people say no to us, but that's what stops most people in this industry. It's just not the right timing for them, guys. Okay? So you just want to ask if they're open to take a look. That's all we're doing here. Maybe not this month, could be next month. Okay? So step one is inviting. Step two is presenting. The easiest way to present is samples. It's the absolute easiest. In fact, Randy and Alan, that's how they worked with us. They didn't say, hey, when do you do the business? They wanted to try the product. And because we found that worked and was like, wow, something's here. And all of a sudden, then we had a discussion about the business. Some people you want to talk about the business up front. But samples, we're a sampling company. Wish we had a business presentation. Well, we do. Every Monday night, I do a lot shorter than what we did today. So, and it's at opentolook.com. Can you believe that website was available like a month ago? Opentolook.com. It's not anymore. So we got it. But every Monday evening at 8:30 Eastern, we're probably going to start another night. We're getting a lot of people that will watch it. We'll stream this live on Facebook. We'll stream it live through this same Zoom service. And then usually right after the call, I make the YouTube video. So you can then send them to everybody. Okay. So we do that at least once a week. We're going to start a second one. So that's available. And it runs about 22 to 24 minutes. Instead of live testimonials, we have two of these ladies here. I got you on recordings on testimonials. So you're at least getting to hear, your people get to hear and feel about some other people. So we have the live presentation. Follow up. Key here, and Jen, I'm going to let you get into this later. You're going to go into much more depth. Follow up just like inviting them. It's all about authenticity. You're not calling them to sell them. You're not calling them to close them. I've had people on the team call me, Dick, can you help me close this person? No, I don't do closes. No, I don't do that anymore. So it's all about being authentic. Is the timing right? What did you like best? Are you thinking about using the product? Thinking about keeping it a secret? Or you thinking maybe you'll share it with other people? They'll tell me if they want to be a customer or a member, right? So you're just calling to say, how did it work? How did it go for you and like that, okay? Maybe you thought about being a customer, earning money. So lots of different, whatever they say, come back, the answer's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic, okay? They can't say something wrong. If they want to be a customer, fantastic. If they want to be a member, fantastic. Or come up with your own word. I'm just saying, they can't give you a wrong answer. This is where most people think they're supposed to start selling. Oh yeah, but no, they don't like it. Leave them alone. That's how you join NFL, right? No friends for life. You just hammer on. If you leave them alone and say fantastic, you'll be able to call them back in 30 days. Situation change? By the way, my first month I made X amount of dollars. Really? You really did that? Yeah. Are you open to take a look? Okay. But you can call them back, and it's a nice, clean conversation. Okay. Enrolling, there's a couple different ways. Call the company directly. Call them directly and enroll them on the phone. Have them call the company directly. We usually take care of it for them. We'll pick up the three-way or whatever. Just a good customer service. Take their info and fill it out online. We will open our computer sometimes and fill it out. Take one of these order forms. And, you know, if you don't have an extra one, take a couple extra of them and have these so you can print them out and fill them out online. Some customers or some folks we have, friends of ours, a little bit older generation that aren't comfortable on the computer, we'll do it for them on their own. You bet. Okay. You can walk them through. If they're in the business or want to do the business, I want them to see how it's done. So I'll walk them through either over the phone. We've even done, imagine that, I did a video on how to do enrollment. So I can't help myself. Four-step system: invite, present, follow up, and enroll. That's all the pieces that there are to it. The next one I always add in is, this is called subscription. It's really about setting the culture on your team. You don't have to buy anything to be a member. You do not. But if you're going to want to make money, you're going to want to have samples. I mean, let's just talk business. I've had two other businesses in my career. I had a real estate company for 12 years. and I got into flying little airplanes. I closed out my real estate company. I started a company buying and selling airplanes. I did that for another 12 years. Singles, light twins, turboprops, and like that. And that's why I was up in Beaufort, North Carolina. And then moved to Florida, down here to Sarasota. So this is no different business than those were. Even though I had over $1 million worth of inventory in the airplanes, that was just bigger payments. Planes are like boats, by the way. They fall apart faster if you don't fly them and don't fly them. So, but I had inventory there, big inventory. But I still had the same, this is just another business. That's all it is. Okay, maybe it's a different product, it's got a different way you grow it, but it's still just another business. Okay, so you want to treat it that way. One of the ways you treat it and set the culture on your team is make sure you're on a subscription. You have a story on all the products. Then you have the authenticity to ask your people to get on a subscription too. Most of the time, most people in this business treat it like most parents do with the kids. Don't watch what I do, listen to what I say. Well, that's not what they want. No, you didn't want that, right? So you always saw parents out there smoking, going, "You don't smoke." You know, my parents did that. They both smoked. Didn't make a lot of sense. So every week on this, because this is, by the way, I do a call every Saturday. It's going to change to another night. Called Getting Started webinar, which covers this section. For me, it's like the redundant call, because it's like the same thing over and over. But your new person is brand new, right? They need to see it. So every week I do a slightly different, just to keep me awake. Leaders Corner. Here's one Leader Corner that we'll do on hitting the ranks and earning money. I'll talk about this now. We can do more of the comp plan later. Let me talk about this right now. To be a member here, you don't have to purchase product. You do need to sign up as a member, as opposed to as a customer. The only difference in the sign up is you're going to put in your social security number and your date of birth, and you can earn money. A customer shares the product, they can't earn money. Okay, that's the difference. You can either buy product or not. There is no membership fee. We all know that. And you get paid 20% of whatever. Anybody you personally enroll, as they come in, you make 20%. 10% additional on a customer. On a customer, you want to really figure it out, it's 28% total. Because you make 10% off the top, and then the remaining volume, you make 20% off. You figure it out, that's 28%. So, but you make a little more money. So by the way, just so you know, and I'm not saying you're going to make this exact money, I'll talk about this later too, but our first couple of months, because these levels pay between 20 and 25%, the first 3 levels, we're averaging about 22 to 24% every week on our volume. So if you want to figure out how much it takes to make $1,000 in a month, if it's just pure volume, it's pushing almost 4,000, which is pretty easy. We got to that Palladium or 3,000 level within 6 weeks or something, and then there was an extra $350 bonus. So if you want to do a quick check, about 22, 23% on average. Just a real quick way to do it, So that's what it is to be a member. Get our first level called Titanium, and you have to ask yourself, why does the company have all these different levels? It's like a game. It actually incites the correct behavior to show people how to build a structure that's going to go deeper and they're going to pay long-term money. That's why you have these different levels. So the first one, My apologies. Ken and I just like picking on you. I just got a new buddy. I'm picking on you. I just love it. So thank you, man. Titanium is our first level. And that's your first goal when someone gets started to help them get to Titanium. That's only 3 members, right? They need 3 members with a total volume of 75. If all 3 of them bought a single pack, that's 90 points. Do the 30 each, right? So they can get there really easy. You can have one person buy the big builder box with 200 points, the other 2 be unqualified, meaning they buy any product, and you still hit the requirement. You also need 2 customers, okay, with a volume of 50. That's over a 4-week period, okay? That unlocks the second level. They only see in the first level here. That's showing up. You only see in this first level, but it unlocks the second level. So anybody you bring into 20, anybody they bring in, you start making 25% on that. Okay, so the second level starts developing, and in this level, you saw that our first leg, everyone we enroll, our first leg, is all on our front line. So you just want to recruit. There's 2 attitudes in this level that you want to apply. You go wide for the income, you go deep for the stability or the roots in your business. Okay, So you want to keep recruiting until you find the people that are going deep. And how do you know a leader? I get this question a lot. People go, oh, they'll call me up. Oh, I got this amazing leader showing up. How do you know? Here's how I tell a leader. They start working, and they start bringing people in, and they start duplicating. Then you know you got a leader. A real leader is you're trying to keep up with them. You know, you keep getting this dust in your face. Man, I want a few more of them people. Right? They're the best. Okay, so 4-week period, you get paid 2 levels deep. Cool. So silver's our next one. Silver is takes a little more time. For many people, they'll get there in 1 to 2 weeks. We've had people at titanium silver the first week. Second week, usually not a big deal. Or longer if they want to go a little slower, that's fine. There's no requirement to do it fast, right? How many silvers? We have titanium. Anybody in titanium in the room? 1, 2. We got it. You 1, 2.
Titanium. I'll be silver Monday.
You're gonna be silver Monday. You guys went through titanium. Silver,
It's auto ship. It's processed on Monday, but we'll make it.
Okay, cool. So congratulations, number 1. So silver's 5 members with at least a total volume of 150 and 3 customers with a volume of 75. So now you're starting to see the structure we're building. You're starting to see plenty of customers. Reason for customers is the FTC doesn't. Most network marketing companies kind of wink and go, yeah, these are our customers. No, they're not. They're actually distributors. So there needs to be a product that people will buy on an ongoing basis without a compensation plan attached to it. So one of the beautiful things, our company is set up to be VEMA compliant. VEMA was a company that got shut down by the FTC a year ago because they were doing stuff that wasn't considered legal. And so every piece that Alan put together here, he made us compliant. The no enrollment fees, the same price for customers as members. You don't have to buy a product to be a member. Those put us compliant. You're going to see a lot of other major companies have to redo their comp plans to become VEMA compliant. Okay, we're already there, so we're new. This is new, so when people hear this, it's a smile on their face. Okay, so silver, 5 members, and we got 3 customers. Cool, so we're building it correctly over a 4-week period, right? You pick up that 3rd level, so 20% on who you bring in, 25 on who they bring in, and 25 more percent on that 3rd level. So you're at 70% of the first 3 levels of that comp plan. You've also started developing this structure. Let's go a little bit deeper. So you're starting to see that 3rd level coming into here, right? You're starting to develop the structure where you're going to be long-term income here. And that's the ultimate goal, is to create the long-term residual income so you can live the lifestyle that you want to live. Whether staying where you are at or it's quitting and doing it full time, whatever that is, that's the ultimate goal, is to give you some extra money where you don't have to be working a second job, right? So the next level is called Palladium. This is what I call that first real business level. It's really where you got your feet entrenched. You got 3,000 volume. You're adding some consistency. 5 members is the requirement, just like silver. 4 customers, you got to get 1 more customer, right? Total volume of 100 on the customers. 1 of them has to be a titanium. Now, we talked about titanium. That's somebody with 3 members and 2 customers, right? Let's say this person's titanium over here. So to be titanium, 3 members, 2 customers, that person brought that in, so they're developing. We remember the other people on our team had already been developing here. 3,000 volume in a 4-week period, 4 weeks. Okay, that opens up the 4th level, which is Palladium. Now, when you buy the builder boxes, you heard Randy say you code it in at this level, comp plan. So as it goes deeper, you're not going to leave any money. What happens to this kind of comp plan is one of your legs just starts taking out. Somebody just goes, I get it, and they just start running. We had that with Jennifer, right? So she started running with it. We had little Roses at different pay. And every Kansas girl, they started running. We were going down deep, so we didn't leave any money on the table. That was the reason we cost a patch. We gave us 8 weeks that no matter how fast somebody went, we wouldn't leave any money in Paul's hands to be in our checkbook, which seems to work better for us.
Good strategy.
It's true. Now, at this point, you pick up the 350 lifestyle homes. As long as every 4 weeks you're at Palladium. Okay? You're paid at Palladium for the next 4 weeks. For 4 weeks. If you increase, say you drop down to titanium a week and a half, 2 weeks later, or just so your volume really dropped, you're still paid at titanium for 4 weeks. Palladium, sorry. Palladium for 4 weeks. Okay? When I first got that, I asked Randy like 5 times, are you sure? Are you sure? Yeah, it's a rolling code. Now, if I go up to platinum, during that 40 period, you're gonna get paid at that, but you'll be paid at that for 4 months. Down those levels, okay? Cool. So let me show you this. This was our downline, like middle of January, so we're about a month and a half in, okay? Somewhere, that's us right here. I know it doesn't look like us, but that's us right there. I know where everybody is on this. Our team now, well, I'll show you here in just a second. Well, you're starting to see that we had people, the different colors. There's titanium, which is blue, titanium. At the time, if you bought the bigger pack, they were actually showing you as palladium and yellow. But you start seeing, look out over here, we got somebody who's developing. Not only is she developing, but she's got somebody underneath her developing and bringing people in. A good sign, right? So a month and a half in, we got 1 level, 2 level, 3. We're seeing 4 levels deep in some places. That's pretty cool. So we're getting some nice duplication. Why? The product's effective. People can feel it, they respond, so things get moving. Okay. I can get to all the rest of them over here. But let me show you what happened. Here's what happened to us, and we just shared our little butts off and called a bunch of people and just had a lot of samples out there. That's all we did. I can't even fit the whole thing on there. This was like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. Here we are in the center here. So this is just one side. Okay, so this is middle of January, middle of February, March. I didn't have fingers, I won't count them all. Middle of February, middle of March, April. So about 3 months later, look at what's happening here, guys. Look at this one person here on our end. There, that person is there. Her team goes all the way over here. So you're starting to see what's happening. They took out all the yellows for palladium. So you're seeing the blues or silvers. The yellows are true palladiums. There's a titanium there, titanium there. So you're starting to see somebody who's developing. This is just one side, and then we get into the other. Here's the other side. Now most of these people weren't even on. When we last left our heroes, they were about somewhere in here. Okay, they were somewhere in here, and all of a sudden, look at this development here, running out to the side. This goes even further now. But I just wanted you to see how this thing begins to develop. Okay, and how it begins to move. And some of you guys who are in our business, you know what your leg looks like. You're probably looking at it right now. Oh, it is 2 weeks old.
Mom, that's
We got other people to find out. And I know how that goes. So this is I love the graphic tree. You can see what's happening like that, but I wanted you to see how quickly things can grow.
I want to say something. I like going to the graphic tree and looking at the far right. You see those little green dots? Every day we get customers. I don't even know or recognize most of these people personally. They just buy off of our website. I'll contact them, thank them very much. Sometimes I hear from them, sometimes I don't. But I mean, every day 1 or 2 customers pop on. I'm like, it's amazing. Because
we do a lot of blogging. Joy does a lot of blogging.
Yeah.
We've been doing it for about 5 years, just writing about the product or writing about. And after you do it over the course of typically 90 days or more, Google starts indexing your blog or starts saying this is important. We better come look at this every day, kind of thing. And we've got 300-400 blogs out there. And so if you do research on Tavala, for example, since Joy started doing Tavala blogs, sometimes half of the first page on Google, you'll see our website, workwithdavidjoy.com. You know, and as we got it, we had a few people in the last few weeks in Tampa. We called Jen up and said, hey. So step 1 is we're going wide, wide, wide. Step 2, because I'm not going to point out who Jen is here on this thing, but we want to go to the people that are developing deep and help them get deeper.
especially geographically, if there's a good match.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So we had a lot of people calling us from Hawaii a while back. We just started giving them to people on other teams. And then Joy went, why don't we make a list of where we want to visit? Her first thing on her list was Hawaii. So,
And I
guess
called
what?
someone on my dream list who she had just left a company very, very successful, joined another company.
Didn't have any time.
And I said, hey, but she liked our samples. What about if I send you a handful of the QRS and the trim?
Throw them out to people.
Perhaps you know someone else who might be interested. Well, she hit palladium
That third level,
17 days. Because she started sharing. So
Okay.
her plate is really full.
She is an incredible person.
She
Randy
is.
met her.
5
Absolute-
kids and like a baby, right? One of
No,
them-
that's a different one.
That's
Oh.
a different one. That's on her team.
Yeah,
So,
Layla.
but yeah, she's really fun. But just kind of understand how this thing moves and how it goes.
And And she was not interested in the business.
Still isn't. She still really is. She put it under her husband's name. I said, he must think he's a rock star. He's getting checks every week. I never met the guy. He goes, oh yeah, he's really happy. I said, but he is. Yeah. But I just wanted to show you what that looked like though. It's just a little, this is how it'll start here. Actually, it started, we had one person on it one day. I mean, well, we've already said our first person is Jen. She's over there. Okay.
Hey, Dave, can I
Yeah.
add one thing to that?
Sure.
The fun thing about you seeing new customers every day, I see new people who are making big checks that I have never met yet. I don't even know their names. And it's exciting to start seeing that. And you guys have had a huge impact on it.
Cool. Super cool. So I'm going to get to the next section. I'm going to show what time it is, when we started. But Joy and I want to show you and share with you exactly how we created all the got samples out and had people connect with us. We were reminded this past week by Mapu in Hawaii, and that she actually shared online on this call Wednesday exactly what she said. It wasn't exactly what we said, but we loved it, and so we're stealing it.
She shared it.
She shared it.
Do you want us to hand these or?
No, let's talk about it first. Let's talk about it. So Joy we did the same thing. We sent out 160 some samples in the first couple of weeks and had about 32.5, 33%. Not response, people signed up, either as a customer or a member. Okay. That means out of 100, you'd have 32 people.
Most on their own too.
Most on their own. So imagine what your business would be like. So think about that for a second. Man, if I could just get to that, if I could just get to 30, and you're bound to have a couple people that can start to go to work. Even if you don't, 30 people, I think we're averaging about 60 points an order, something like that. So 1,800 times about 20% or so. I mean, you're looking at $300, $400, $500 a month. You realize that half the bankruptcies in our country could be wiped out if people were making another $350 a month. That's how close people are getting. So it may not sound like a lot of money to you. Maybe it does, but maybe it doesn't. But for some people, it would change their life. $300, $400 would change their lifestyle. It would pay for kids going to school. It would pay for a new car so they can get to work. I mean, it could change a lot. So we started getting samples out there. And so let's talk about how we did that. Here's the goal. Here's what I would say. So the 60 samples, so this is interesting because I didn't know we chatted about Randy saying he'd bump that one trim package up to 60. But 60 samples, so really a goal to get 60 samples out. Here's how I want people to use this. Sorry guys. Sorry, that's the wrong presentation. That was the one I did the other day. I think I got it. Oh my gosh, what does this guy do? Well, it doesn't make PowerPoint. Okay. Welcome to the team. That was the end of our, okay. How to go fast, how to create customers and members of your organization in the first 30 days. After getting up at 5 o'clock this morning and having a Dunkin' Donuts coffee, a latte, I sat down and did this real quick. So your first 30 days, samples. So either buy the builder box or buy individual boxes. You can take three out of this box and send that to somebody, hand it to them. So that's what we did. The company has the 7-day boxes, but we just found out it goes faster with 3-day. People know a couple days. And I'm all about allowing them to buy their product. Builder box, individual box, trim, or you can do it with QR strips. We came here for the strips, but I tell you what, the trim blew us out. How fast we built on it, how many people reacted to it. So here are the steps. When someone places an order, this is how you do it, whether you're new or not. You're going to send a text. You're going to place your order, you're going to send a text on Facebook, a private message, 20 a day for the next 3 days while your order's being shipped and while it's on its way to you. Okay? Here's what the text. And this is straight off the motto. Okay? Hi, Joy, whatever the name is. I came across this weight loss product and I'm looking for people who are willing to try a free sample. If you want to try, let me know as soon as possible so I can reserve a sample for you. It's called Tavala Trim. I'm taking it now and I love it. Put your website, your web address in there, tavala.biz / whatever your web is. Let me know, thank you, and then put your name in there. Okay? And we do have this all written down, so you don't have to write this out real quick. And for those of you who are watching on the live stream, when we take a break here in about 45 minutes or so, I will upload this document to our Team Zavala page, so you can also download it. Okay, so you didn't hear it, you're getting ready to text Joy. We'll get to it. So,
I also want to say that it's so easy to text. I didn't have the time, or honestly, the courage back in December to call people that maybe I had a relationship with another company, another product. I had a script similar to this.
you didn't
And
text it though, what did you do?
no, I private message on Facebook. I looked at my friends and I went bam, bam, bam. I couldn't believe some of these people were people that I had tried to communicate and get a response over the last year or two regarding a product or whatever. With a trim, I'm like every day I'm like, oh my God, these people are not only responding within seconds, sometimes minutes.
Right.
People that were like missing in action for the last year. I'm like, what is it about this that?
Well, what did you say? I mean, it wasn't
Something
exactly-
I'm like, hey, I'm really excited. Friend of ours is, just send us some samples of a product. It gives you energy, suppresses the appetites for weight loss. I have some samples. Would you be interested in trying some? So I kind of removed myself, and I couldn't believe it. So we just had
Who
samples.
do you know is great? You don't want to say you really.
Yeah, and who do you know? Who do you know that? And I did say that to some people, and then they gave me, geez, my 4 coworkers would love to try some with me.
Sure.
I'm like, cool.
Why not? Sometimes you would post on your page, the next 5 people,
Oh, Facebook. Yeah, the next 3
whatever.
or 5 people that private message me
I'll send you out a
and
free sample.
shocked me. The people who would
If you had 10
respond
people who
privately.
responded, where do you go? You go, you're one of the first 5. Congratulations. We'll get you a sample, right? Yes, ma'am.
Just a comment about Facebook messaging versus text. When you message somebody, you can see when they've read it. And sometimes
Oh, that's true.
it's been a week or two and they just haven't seen it yet. You can literally see when they read it. But if you send a text, you don't know if they necessarily even got it or seen it or whatever.
Let's do a little testing here. If you email somebody, does everybody write you back?
No,
Leave a message? If you text somebody, how fast do they get back to you?
usually quick.
Like 95, 98%, even while they're driving, right? Really?
Yeah.
Because most of some of these people out there driving, we're getting 98% response like within seconds. They're in the road, pull over. But that's what's happening. So people respond to a text. I was talking with now my new friend Cam, your buddy from 15 years ago. He was white, and we were talking because I talked to my son, and his son's in his early 20s. Because they have a different way of communicating, and it's shorter. Because I call my son on the phone, and I want to talk for 45 minutes or an hour. That's how we were raised, right? And he's like, after like 4 minutes, I can feel my son's getting jittery. Like, gotta go, man. Dad, you're going. You send him a text, that boy will respond in a minute. So there's something about that. So sending a text or a Facebook message, something really similar to this, you're going to get a fairly high response. That's why I'm saying do 20 a day. You may get 6, 8, 10 of them that'll say, me, okay? Then when the product comes in, you want to send out the samples. Well, that's when they arrive. You want to either hand them out or mail them. This little package with the trim, we found was 70 cents. 70 cents mailer, okay?
And the QRS is just a regular stamp.
QRS, the 3 packs. If you don't stuff any other stuff in there, it's just a
If
regular.
it's just a Mylar bag and not the professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get these envelopes, these really bright colored ones. Usually at Walmart. Usually something
Walmart,
basic.
and I'll say, hey, it's gonna be coming in a bright pink or bright blue envelope. That way they're not thinking it's junk mail. They're looking for that bright color.
And then we got made little stickers we put on them too, going, it's here, open today. So just to give them, some reason to do it. So 70-cent stamp, that's our stamp. That's kind of funny. So the people that say yes, you want to make a list of them. You want to get their address if you need it, right? You want to be able to track them down. Now, a little bit of follow-up, okay? You want to make a list of that. But I want you to do 20 a day, whether it's texting or Facebook private message. See what your responses are. Use that exact script. If you stay with what we're doing already, then we can tweak it down the road. If you go off the reservation and start doing, you may be successful, you may not. We already know this works, okay? So this is one of those, just follow what's working, okay? So in a follow-up, you want to make a phone call, you want to send an email, and what do you want to send them? I made up another form called the Steps to Enroll with Zavala. This is in your package, okay? Steps to Enroll with Zavala. This is pretty simple. Joining Zavala. You can use this to talk to somebody, or you can send this to them. There's no enrollment fee, same price, easy, free upgrade from a customer to a member. Has some comp plan highlights, order options, a la carte, experience pack, alpha box, builder box, enrolling. Go to the website of a person. I mean, just, you know, some of you guys, you know, for a number of years, I was flying a lot. And the pilots, we had this POH, pilots operating handbook, and you go through your checklist before you take off every time. Make sure you hadn't forgot something, right? That's all it says. Just use your checklist, okay? Just use your checklist. And I send this to people. Like, this is all you do. This is all I do. Okay? So that's going to be in there. So I'd send them this steps to enroll. Here's how easy it is. Whether you're a customer or member, it doesn't push one way, it doesn't sell one way or the other. Right? They can come in however they want, because you know why? It's fantastic. Okay. So here's what we found on our results. Okay. Sent out 100 samples, first 20 days. And I've extrapolated here because at the time we didn't have the boxes. You know, we were selling single packs.
Mhm.
And that first couple of weeks, the company was giving away samples. Like, called up Alan and Randy, go, you guys are killing us out here. I need to sell them, man. You know, they're trying to get the word out. I'm trying to get volume. Company's been incredibly responsive, by the way, which is really fabulous. We've not been in a position before where the company would listen. I mean, new people, everybody at the other company, my previous company, and the last two. But this, you know what it is? There's a humbleness to the company. They don't feel like they understand what their job is, but they don't presume to know everything about what we're doing. They've just been so open and responded. It was a Wednesday afternoon. One of Joy's ideas, I think it was for one of the boxes, do the samples and all that stuff. And Alan and Randy, and they had the corporate call Wednesday evening, right? 7 o'clock Mountain. Well, we got to them like 3 in the afternoon, our idea. And they announced it on the call that day. We're like, wow, that's pretty cool. That's responsive, you know? That's what we needed in the field. I said, not everybody, I know there's people out there that'll buy. And so we keep, you know what, we submit ideas to them all the time, and they, if it fits, they pick them up, and if it doesn't, they don't. But they've just been really responsive to what we're doing in the field. 3-pack samples. I was Joy and I going 7 days of killing it, man. I need 3 days. I want them to go, oh, I'm going to run out tomorrow. I better order something. It worked. So 33 customers and members, 5 at the builder box, 5 approximately at the alpha. This is what we saw a little later because we had those boxes the first time out of the gate. 23 bought single packs. So what kind of profit do you see there, right? On the bigger boxes, you get bonuses up front. You get 20% if they're on your front line, you get a bit of money. So the builder box at 200 points, you get paid a $50 bonus. I mean, you get, is it 50? I believe
72 total.
It's 72 total? Okay.
So it's a $32 bonus.
32, oh, then I did that wrong, excuse me. You get paid the rest of the 20% for right around 400. The alpha box, which is a smaller $200 box, it's 100 points. You get paid a little 20%, I think, on top of that. Another 180. On the single packs, you're still making another $120. So in about under 30 days, about $700. I'm not saying that it's going to be exactly what you're going to do, but that's what we saw. Okay, and we did follow up. But the one thing we didn't do is we didn't ask somebody more than once if they wanted a sample. And it was mainly Facebook, private messages, and what a great response though.
Some of the people that I thought for sure would want a sample, never heard back. That was cool. And some of the people I'm like, I'm just going to send them to me anyway. You know, if they respond, great. They were some of the first that come back to me. So
Yeah.
never prejudge.
Yeah, you just never know.
Totally shocked.
You know, people tell you their story. Well, you don't believe I put on 20 pounds. I had this something happen. I had this. You know, they're looking for something. They're looking for something new, different. You know. So go fast. Your roadmap to success. This is what we're going to hand out. It'll be on the Facebook page here in about 25 minutes, 30 minutes max. Oops, that was it. So yeah, Joy, if we want to hand these out, that'd be awesome. Thank you. And I just did the. There. Okay. So just to say, man, guys, you'll be able to download this also, and I believe on the download you're going to have a yeah, maybe not. I'll think about that. Okay. So that's what it's gonna be. Any questions on that? Does that sound-
Simple.
Is that simple? Yeah, is that easy? Can you do that? So the question is, how many people, think about how much you want to do. I don't know if you report something out, but how many people are willing to give the sample program a try? Okay, yeah. Now, the other question is, how many people do you want to enroll on your team in the next 30 days? How many will,
That's about that big number. I think you said 30 days.
30 days? I mean, we saw about a 30, say, give me a 30% response. 110. So I would say, make sure you have at least 30 people's hands. At least get 30 samples out there, at least. Okay? You'll find that, we always found this, it's easier to go fast than it is to go slow. A lot of people tiptoe in business, trying to figure out the next thing. There's a certain synergy that you create when you start moving with speed. So 1-on-1 isn't 2, 1-on-1's like 3 and 4. And so there's a different pep in your voice. There's a different excitement in your life. And people respond to that. You know what I mean? You've probably experienced that. So it's actually easier, instead of just sharing 1 or 2 or 3 a week, share, if you send out 20 texts in a day, you'll be so excited. You're going to be start going, oh my gosh, I got 10 people today who said they want samples.
Dave,
Oh my
could you
gosh.
talk louder? They said they can't hear you on
You
the.
can't hear me? What? Okay.
Sorry.
No, thank you. I've got that on. I don't know how well that would, how well this.
Yes, I just can't quite hear you.
Can't quite hear me? Okay. Cool. So we got that document. That'll be in the Facebook group here within the next 30 minutes or so.
It's probably Goya. You tell her to.
It is.
It
It is.
Goya.
Hey, Goya! She was funny. So the other day when I was doing the presentation in St. Pete, she had a beautiful group there. And I said the word cacao. And she gave me a hard time. I said, I didn't stutter. Just cacao. Goya's great, man. She's the best. Can't hear me. I love it. So anybody willing to throw out how many? So you want 10 on your team. Who else? What do you want to be? 30
Oh,
days. How many
30
new
days.
people?
A frontline or team?
Frontline. What do
Frontline.
you control?
Next 30 days, I want at least 20 more people.
20 more people. How you get samples? Or-
Samples and already, ones that I've gotten the pipeline from samples.
Okay. So again, take what you want, multiply it by at least 3 for the samples you need to get out there. Okay. If you'll follow up, it'll pay you back. And here's the thing. I mentioned this on the previous $700. Is that a one-time deal? No, they're still buying. No, they're not buying the big boxes every week, but what if they're averaging 60, it's an extra $300 or $400 a month for the next year, 2 years. It's an extra $5,000 part-time gig you made by sending out 100 samples.
Turning around each month to get more samples and distribute.
Right.
samples.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, and Jen, she'll talk about it a little later, because we had somebody else on the team that started doing these weight loss challenges and how he was using the sample boxes to get new people up and running and getting these samples to their new people. Really fascinating.
Fascinating.
Yeah, really cool. Any questions on the sample program we came up with? Cool. Awesome. Let's figure out where we're going next. We're going to hear from my beautiful bride, Deborah Joy. It's really funny. Her birth name is Deborah Joy, so everybody called her Deb until like 12, 15 years ago. She took on her middle name, which is Joy. So we're walking in Burlington, and somebody says, "Hey, Deb," and she turns around. I know it's an old friend. They call her Joy. We don't know about 15, 12 years. So it's really funny. At her parents' house, they live in South Burlington. They call her Deb. I call her Joy. So inside that one house, we call her Deb, Joy, Joy, Deb. That's how it works. Anyway, a couple years ago, came up with one of our friends, Brooke, who was this law of attraction, perfect customer coach, and developing and designing our ideal distributor.
Goya says nice and loud.
Hey guys. So, yeah, imagine that you're starting a corporation or a new business. Who would you want on your team? Who would you hire? What kind of people? What kind of personalities? what kind of strengths, think about it. Because in this business, it's a relationship business, and hopefully we're going to build relationships and it's going to be ongoing for years and years. My previous company, I was there 10 plus years. So I'm hoping that we'll just be building a big team for the kind of people that we want to attract. So what are those kind of people you want to attract? We'll go around, but for me, I started to think, and you can also do this with customers, the ideal customer. But my ideal distributor, one is someone who has the attributes of a leader. You know, someone who is self-motivated, not someone who needs me to motivate them. When I started making this list, I looked at it and I had to say, am I that person? Because unless you are being that person that you want to attract, you're not going to see each other. You're not going to draw them into you. And if you are negative Nelly, guess what? You're going to be attracting those people who bring that kind of energy to the group too. In fact, I started doing this in 2006-ish, when all of a sudden I had all these people who were just needing to have their hands held. And one person who, she lived back in Vermont, I was in Arizona, and she wanted everyone in the state of Vermont that enrolled to be on her team. And when someone did not end up on her team, she had a hissy fit. And so I said, okay, so we're gonna have team player be on the list here. You know, none of this, I'm entitled because they live in my state. But anyway, so I started making this list, and I have fine-tuned it. I have 36 on this list. I think when we were driving down to New Jersey, we even got more clear. I think we have it on maybe like down to 10. It's like, who do you really, really want to attract? But I'm going to just name, and these is, I don't think there's any special order. I'm going to list off 5, and then I'd like to go around and ask, because Jen, I know you added some stuff to your list, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's now on my list. So number 1, leader. You know, you enroll a leader, you've got a great person who will lead the people and take responsibility for the people that they bring on and help them get started. Business builder. What about someone, and this says, and someone who has an annual 6-figure plus income goal. How about if you enroll people who absolutely want to go after this and earn at least a 6-figure income? Imagine that. Positive-minded. I love being around positive-minded people. I don't circulate in circles where people are negative. It's just not where I want to be. So having someone on my team who is positive-minded is really, really important. You can't always control who's on your team, but you can control who you invite to be a customer or a member. And once in a while, someone will slip in, but because I'm so conscious about being around positive-minded people, and you know, during this election when everyone was posting all this stuff on Facebook, I just ignored it all. My life was fine, but people started getting caught up in all this stuff with negativity. It's crazy. So sometimes someone might circulate in your energy that may not be positive-minded, but they're not going to last long. They just won't fit because you're building a certain thing. Team players are really important to me and takes responsibility for their own business. I got 31 other things, but I'd like to just go around the room and just ask what might be on your list, because we can control who we want to share the opportunity with. We call our people hot tub friends, people that we really like. You know, we want to travel together. We want to have fun together, you know, help each other create whatever it is in their business and in their lives for their family. How about you, LaShawna?
Well, right. I like someone, you know, for everyone who is someone's motivated. Someone who is open-minded and who's teachable. Not thinking that they know it all, but open to hear what you have to say. And,
Excellent, excellent. And I like the thing, motivated, they're motivated. Self-motivation is different than having to motivate someone.
correct.
Yes, excellent. How about you, Chris?
Someone who's open-minded, positive,
Yep.
self-motivated, a person who's really just a go-getter. I don't have to, you know, get them started to go.
Yep,
They
keep
just,
cattle prod 'em.
they basically hit the ground running. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and here's the other question. When you say that, then think of yourself, and are you that person? And I
Yes.
already know you are those
Yes.
two. Awesome.
You know, excuse me, hop in if I may. It's really one of the keys. Making your list is important of who you want. On the other half of the page, I want you to write out how you match that. Because you can't attract who you're not. Right?
Exactly, and some of these, I looked at myself and I don't like being in front of the crowd, and I can easily get behind Dave and be his support. And some of these things I've really had to step into. If I'm looking to attract someone on the team with a certain attribute, I better be that person, and I've had to, and I still work on being that person. How about you, Ken?
Listen, the list is long, but I promise you this, unquestionable character is at the top of my list.
Character, nice.
I would rather have an unmotivated person who is hopeful that they found the answer, that they're the right kind of person. I'll work with them, we'll sponsor for them and change their life.
Integrity too?
All that
That's what
goes
it means.
together.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Ethics, integrity, character, those people are worth my time.
Yep.
I'd
Love
rather
it.
have that than somebody who stands up in front of the room and says, hey man, I want it, I'm a go-getter, and da-da-da, and then they go right around the corner and they talk about something else.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right there, that's the number one thing you look for.
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, it's the hardest thing to determine with people you don't know.
Gotcha. And you match that, I know that.
Well, I try.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Positive, honest, outgoing, because I'm not as outgoing as some people are. And so, yeah, so yeah, outgoing, you know, that you can communicate with and they communicate back with you, but honest and positive. You know, that's a biggie for me, positive, you know, the negative, talking about the negative Nelly thing, like where I work, it's so hard.
Oof.
You know, being with a group of people and being in network marketing and being positive all the time, and then you're around people that aren't, and you're like, guys, life can be so much better if you're positive. But yeah.
Nice, nice.
Team oriented, willing to help others set their goals, attain their goals, and realizing that as you're helping them, you're still helping yourself.
Excellent, excellent. If anyone wants to extrapolate on any of those they're all really good. How about you, Jen?
Somebody somebody being positive, like if I'm on a conversation with somebody, I really try to turn it around, try to get it on something else, because it doesn't help anything to just focus on the bad stuff. It does for anybody. And somebody who's honest, somebody who's real, like, you know, they're not up trying to pretend to be somebody they're not in whatever situation it is. Somebody who helping people truly makes them happy. Like, it is a part of their joy to be able to actually help people. So I love being around those kind of people. And then people who are just going to be organized and follow up would just be some icing.
Excellent. Sue?
Well, I agree with all of the above. I'm trying to think what to add to it.
How about someone who loves the industry of network marketing?
Huh?
I love it when someone goes, is this network marketing? And you're like, I hope it is. And they're like, yeah. It's like, wow, this is an amazing industry.
You know, I have a thought for you, Sue. Somebody who likes to travel. You and your husband are into, I mean, you came 2.5 hours, she was on a caravan. What is it? Explain what you guys have been doing.
We have a motor home and we usually go away like a week a month, but this happens to be 2 weeks. We did the last week of April and the first week of May. So it's there's like 38 RVs in this group.
Wow.
There's 70 that belong to the club, but there's usually about 38 that usually go at most of them.
So they're all out. Where are they now? Because you drove down 2.5 hours to
They're
be here.
all out at the pool and running around. I don't know what they're doing right now.
Like, what part of the state?
We're just outside Titusville through Sunday.
So still in Florida.
So something
then-
that
oh,
you
yeah,
are
it's
is somebody who
on
loves to
Florida.
travel and wants to be out there. That's a great thing. What if you had a whole team like that? That'd be fun.
You would be all over the state.
Yep, absolutely.
Someone that has the desire to be successful, so that's ambitious. Can think of a few people that I have in my network like that, so I think
Nice.
it's really good to have they're having willing to drive to help others and to be successful just by exploring different opportunities that are out there.
Excellent. Good. Karen?
I'm gonna start out with what came to my mind was George Michael, rest his soul. It has someone who has a go, 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 go attitude. You know, someone who has that $100,000 boss life. Someone who's honest. Someone who's a straight talker, who doesn't talk out of two sides of their mouth. Someone who's real. Someone who wants to go out and say, I got something that will help you. It's not about us, it's about them. That's who I want on my team. Because those are the principles I live by, and that's what I believe, and that's how I do everything.
Nice.
That's who I want on my team.
Good.
Any doubt that you'll find that?
No. Conviction.
Just who she is, man.
Tamika.
What comes to mind? Yes.
So I piggyback that, what you're saying, but I mean, you have to have confidence. Like if you're talking to someone and you are confident and you know the product is good, it's gonna come across. You know, it's not like a shy thing. You really want to help them, and if you're confident and you know it will work, and that's huge. So I think confidence.
Would anyone like to hear some of my others? A lot of them are just what you said. Randy, what about you? Who do you want to attract to the Tamala team?
Hey, I want to attract servant leaders. I truly do. Someone that's not just focused on themselves, but they focus on the people in their organizations. Because in all honesty, if we worry about somebody else's check, ours takes care of itself. If we worry about helping our teams, and our comp plan incites that behavior. But just so you add the comp plan that incites the behavior and a servant leader mentality, you've got something special there. You can teach a lot of the other things, but if you have somebody who's truly unselfish, servant leader, and then the second is you're gonna laugh when I want somebody playful. I want somebody that it can have fun, that I'm excited about seeing them. Because you know what? That I think is one of the laws of attraction. That somebody is in that, they don't have to be silly, but I can do that enough for them. But it's the part of just having a sense of playfulness and a sense of happiness as they're doing things. Josh Healy is that kid. Remember Josh from Forever Green, who's one of the employees there. You could ask Josh, how are you doing today, Josh? And he'd say, well, my dog got run over, but it's a great day. It's just that kind of, just the most positive, playful, and servant-oriented. That's what I look for in a leader. And you know what? They could be already making $200,000-300,000 a year with what they're doing, or nothing. If they have servant leaders mentality and playfulness and work ethic, everything else can be added to that.
Yep.
That's my opinion.
Cool. Would you like to hear some others just because it might spur something on? How about someone who plugs into trainings, into calls?
Yes.
Does 3 ways. Can afford the product. Comes in with a business pack and trains others to come in with business packs. Is on a monthly subscription order. Has high integrity. Fun to be around, Randy.
Damn straight.
Has MLM experience and or is coachable and trainable. Laser focused, determined, not easily distracted. Like, ooh, what's this about the Bitcoin thing? You know, ooh, wine, ooh. You know, someone who's focused. Has no negative distractions, has a supportive spouse, partner, or business partner, or can make decisions on their own without negativity from others. Figures things out. I think that's today's one. Someone you like people go figure it out. Begins trainings on their own as they build their own team. Is that an ideal person to bring on your team? Sure. Uses upline as a resource, not as an excuse.
Or a crutch.
Or a crutch. Has believability which also comes with confidence and integrity, and has a following or an existing organization. Like if someone, I think that we have a certain level of integrity, so when I bring something to the table, people listen. not like I'm always introducing this, that, and the other thing. How about is a joy to be around? Fun and joy. Good sense of humor. In this industry, you'll need it. Would people agree?
Yes.
Is professional or becomes a professional networker. And it takes skills to really be able to build an organization and support them. Has time freedom to do the business. Is passionate about Tavala, its mission and products. I'm there. I am so excited to represent all these products in the company. It feels really good. I don't have to pretend that I'm 100% in. Is a product of the product. I mean, we have so many people who have transformed their lives, health-wise, you know, losing weight, everything. I mean, your testimony was amazing. It's like, use the products, and then you can share the love. Helps with trainings and with calls, is non-judgmental. Computer and tech savvy, or be married to someone who is. Oh, man. A great networker, just in general. I mean, some of the people just are natural, great networkers. They may not be network marketers, but man, they're out there networking all the time. Organized. You all like organized people on your team? Has a vision for the self and their team, and keeps their word. Really important one. So those were on my list, but I did add some others, like loves to share new products and follow up. I mean, the fortune's in the follow-up. And I have to say, when we gave out the samples back in the beginning, it was the holidays. I didn't do that good of a job following up. And almost everything was done through texting. But because the products were so good, people ordered on their own, and it's blossomed since then. But I think with the program that Dave just shared on getting 20 samples out, or getting your 60 samples out, do 20 a day, and with proper follow-up, I think the percentage will be even higher than what we had. But once again, whatever you put on your list, take a look and go, you know, if you're Debbie Downer, you can't say you want optimistic people unless you bring yourself to the other side. So kind of a fun exercise to do. So there you go.
Cool.
Can I ask one?
Yes, you can.
Meet Paula White. I can actually meet Paula. I'd like to.
Vanna White or Paula White?
Paula White.
Who's Paula White?
The past.
Oh.
I think
I just think
she's the gal who sits in a chair and she's a TV like an Oprah.
I've only, it was just a.
It's an inside.
I've got a little crush.
That half of the room
You
knows.
said, Randy, who would you like to track to Tavala, right?
And that's
So-
what
Oh,
I'm
be a Paula
And
White.
at dinner the other night, we had some conversations, and Paula White was in it, so Kristen knew, Paula White over there. So I
Y'all
texted
don't
her.
recruit her into your business.
Paula White.
I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Well, when she was here in Tampa, and she would get up and start talking, just the magnetic force of her. In person, she's no joke. In person, she's no joke.
It's a real person.
It's a real.
This is a
Yeah.
pastor.
I literally, I've got a horrible crush on her.
And then and she's easy to talk to. All you have to do is just walk up to her. She'll talk.
If somebody, whoever recruits her.
What do we get,
got a
Randy?
bonus. Yeah, well, we'll figure
There's some
something out.
samples in it for you.
How many zeros in that?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah. You know, I want to kind of tag on to that for just a moment. And, you want to, I'm going to say this in a way, and I don't mean it in a judgmental way, but I want you to hear this. Let's say there's a scale of leadership. From 1, somebody who's not much of a leader, nobody will follow him doing anything, to a 10. And maybe a 10 in your eyes could be a Gandhi, could be a Patton, could be, you know, that's not the point. If you want to be successful in this industry, or in any industry, and you need to attract leaders, let's say you're a leader, somebody over here is a leader level 5. Not great, not horrible, but a leader 5. The 1s, the 2s, the 3s, and the 4s look up to them as a leader. The 6s, the 7s, the 8s, the 9s, and the 10s won't even notice them when they walk in the room. So I was thinking of the list as you were talking about your ideal distributor. And I want, yeah, ideal distributor. I mean, I want, you know, we got some great people that we've attracted to this team who've shown up on this that are fabulous leaders. How do you attract an 8 or a 9 then? You got to be an 8 or a 9, right? You got to be that, because then they're going to see you as either equal or someone that they're willing to follow. Okay, so take a look at, so really the ideal distributor, and I think what really turned it, there's this program called Perfect Customer. You can probably buy the book or whatever, and one of it is to identify your ideal customer, ideal distributor, how you want to put it. And actually Joy, she's our list maker, she made a list of, we had both been through previous marriages, and she made a list of who she was looking for. And I guess I matched that. Yeah. So, cha-ching, so, do something good somewhere. But being that, but here's my point. Not only do you identify what you're after, but you need to see how you match up to that. Okay, how you fit into it. One of the most, and I think if you're not in the middle of at least 1 or 2 books right now, I'm going to recommend that you get it that way. Personal development where you're growing. Okay, because if you're green, you're growing. If you're ripe, you're rot. But you've always got to be learning new things. One book that made a huge difference to us when we got into our previous company, I'd read this book, you may have heard of it, it's called Think and Grow Rich, okay? Written in 1937 by Napoleon Hill. I read that book 6 times previous. Beginning of this previous run we had at another company, I picked the book up again. And I was absolutely surprised at all the new stuff Napoleon Hill put in that book since the last time I read it. He came back from the dead and wrote this stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, it wasn't in there before, I guarantee you. I will guarantee it wasn't in there. Okay. 2 things I picked up, and I really think it made a huge difference. We went pretty fast in the other business. Number 1, he said in there, is to spend 10 minutes a day demanding self-confidence out of yourself. Demanding self-confidence out of yourself. And then here was the real key. Spend 30 minutes a day thinking of the person you intend to become. You see, if you're a level 5 or 6 or whatever level leader you are, and you want to be an 8 or 9 or 10, you're going to be a slightly different version of you at that person up here. Still you, but a slightly different version of that person. Someone that maybe stands up a little more, probably takes more control, takes more of a lead. There's some changes that are going to be, it's still going to be you. So every day, spend 30 minutes thinking of the person you intend to become. And Napoleon Hill says, thereby creating in your own mind's eye the perfect picture of who that person is. And we really feel, in a lot of ways, a lot of our previous success in the other company was due to that, was actually getting an idea of who we wanted to be. And some days I would write it out. And some days I could sit there and just think, this is what I want to be, and this is how I want. And this is how I'm going to have to shift to who I'm going to be. And I've told this before, and I've gotten comfortable at it now. This is going to sound silly when I say it. Typically, I'm not the guy, if I got to choose to be in front of a room and talk for a day or sit in a corner and read a book, I choose sitting in the corner reading a book. And it sounds goofy because you can't shut me up. I understand that. Okay, I'm going to say it before Kent did. So, because I saw you starting to move. I saw you starting to move.
No, I'm normally the one that gets accused of that.
Okay. You got it.
That's true.
You know, I'm trying to think where I was going to go with that. So we started doing all the first Super Saturdays for a previous company. Was I comfortable? No. The first one I was up most of the night, literally got about 2 hours sleep. You got to ask yourself why. Well, because every day I'm looking and focusing on the person I intend to become, and that son of a gun's in front of the room. There's a thing called the rule of the marker. When people up there drawing on boards, whoever has the marker in their hand is making the most money. So it occurred to me, if I want to make the kind of money, I'm going to have to move through some areas that aren't comfortable. Back in college, I was the guy. In fact, I went to Dale Carnegie that first when I came out of college. I was the guy, even at Dale Carnegie, I would stand in front of the room and hold my hands together so tight. So people couldn't see me literally shaking in the back of the room. I learned later they could still see me shaking. That's why I was there. I went through it for the first time, and then the guy became friends with the instructor, who became one of the international instructors. And he asked me to be one of his graduates. In fact, he kept wanting me to be an instructor. And I went through as a GA, a graduate assistant, 8 times in that course. I'd still rather be home reading a book, sipping on a cocktail. I'd rather be doing that. But we have goals that said, for us to move faster, this is one of the things that I need to step up and play. Okay? I'm not saying that you need to do that. I'm just saying there's a slightly different version of you that's going to put you where your goals are than you are today. So if you're not getting the results now or as fast as you want them, get an idea. You start drawing down who that person is and start thinking on that 30 minutes a day. That makes a huge difference for us. Absolutely huge difference for us. Okay? And you'll become that person. You'll look back and go, geez, I am that person. Wow. So where do I want to go next? Okay. Here's what I've got. What time is it? Anybody have time for me?
2:25.
2:25. 15-minute break. Then we're going to come back. Jen's going to get into how to set up a weight loss challenge. Randy's going to come up and talk about product for about 30 minutes, getting more in depth. We're going to learn more about product and more about why it works and some of the history and some of the background. And then Jen's going to come up and talk about following up. That's huge. They always say the fortune's in the follow-up. I will do a little more of the comp plan. We'll field any questions. And then I always have a really fun quiz at the end that we're going to play with. Some of you guys have seen it before. You haven't seen all of it, though, because I'll mess with you a little more today. So 15 minutes, so it's now 25 after. So at 20 we're starting. Okay? Cool. Thanks, guys.
Hey, Randy, did you just see Rich's
Leave that on?
text you?
Leave that on?
Oh,
He just said he texted you something.
Or do you want me to drop it?
oh,
for,
well, whatever. You can leave it on, I guess. People can hear conversations.
I think they can.
Okay.
So it looks like we have 7 or 8 people on the live stream. Hope you're hearing it okay. We'll turn this into a recording either later tonight or tomorrow morning. It'll be YouTube. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those are nice cards.
No.
Yes.
Yeah. And yeah. Sorry.
That's awesome.
Original fries.
That's just awesome.
So
So like,
what's this
yeah.
gal's name that I'm gonna?
I like that.
Tampa for
I like that. Very cool.
Something like
Oh, wait, she's in Apopka. She just told me that. Apopka's like right down the road.
Does Randy know that?
Tomorrow is Sunday, you guys should go check out the service.
So
She's
go
down
check
in
out the
Apopka.
service.
She's in Apopka.
What's the name of the church?
It's, wait a minute. Hold on. She just took over this mega church in Apopka.
So she's like a spiritual leader?
She's a pastor. Pastor.
Thank you so
Paula
much.
White.
You never,
can
you
say
say
it
this
right.
if they cost money.
Maybe he'll go there tomorrow. Randy,
Randy,
you
you
in
can
there
say it right.
tomorrow?
Pastor
I fly
Paula
out,
White.
I wish I did, I might change my flight, because I fly out
She's about
tomorrow.
to look it up to you.
Yep, hold
You're
on,
so-
right now.
And
I have
all
a-
you have to do is walk up to her. She's just that easy to
But
talk
she's
to.
married now.
No, she's not.
Yeah, she married the guy from Journey. Yeah, she sure did.
The one she met on the plane.
Yes.
Could have met you on a plane.
She missed out.
Yay.
I'm flat out telling you.
Well, he gets a serenade in her.
I can sing.
And
Yeah, I can.
we're not gonna advocate that.
But no, she's got to make that decision for herself now.
She's got to have to want it.
New Destiny Christian Center in Apopka, Florida.
I'll say it. So back when I was built in Montague, I had a really nice position. I feel that I worked really hard in Montague. Had a nice check. And one of the upline organization, he was Greg Hart, and he had these business building meetings, and I would go to them. I drove to Oak Pine, drove to other areas, and they was having a big one, just called the family reunion. And I grabbed my frequent flyer miles, and I got everything ready to go out to go see him. Went to this meeting, and so I thought it was all business. All business. So if you just hypothesize, say you go into a restaurant, and you go there and you want a steak, and you order a steak, baked potato, and they bring you out salmon and rice, and it might be the best salmon and rice you've ever had. It might be the best ever made, but it's not what you ordered. And that's kind of what this event was. It was a 3-day preaching. It wasn't a big kind of business building, but it was really preacher after preacher after preacher. And again, it's like the best cooked salmon ever, but it's not what I ordered. And I was in that room for the first 2 days, just, I was dead. I was literally just worst attitude. And then Paula White got up. And I'm like, oh, okay. What's this? I remember her from TV. Hey. And my whole attitude changed.
Cool.
She's more than awesome.
She's a little thing I heard.
Now she's, I remember when she first
I
had,
don't watch TV and I just don't know her, but she sounds awesome.
they were actually preaching in a tent. And they started preaching for the back.
That's where I got saved in the tent.
That's where I got saved, was in the tent.
Saved in the tent.
That's awesome.
They were the church in the tent.
Yeah, I thought she was incredible. I
And which is
literally.
so sad when, you know, when
Yes.
stepped up and announced to the church that she was separating. That night, it was just kind of like, what?
You know what was interesting about that is, what's my name?
I know, I thought about that.
That's why I hesitated. I said, Randy, you know, but he wasn't, another powerful speaker, but, and he said, it's my fault. And, you know, used to be in service going,
I remember when that happened. It's been a few years ago, maybe 2000. Okay, so I was at Montague 2008. As
it was in 2008 or something.
Yeah, 'cause I was there, I wasn't here. I was back here.
He announced
Very
it
front,
on the
just
radio.
looking like I want to jump to super fast.
And,
Okay.
it was quite the,
First,
I remember that
and
was
then Saturday, so I had some.
excuse me for just 1 second, I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Yeah.
Actually, I used to do that too. But, my pocket went over. Pastor of the church.
How about you, Dave? What name?
Yes, please.
Yeah. That's okay. It happens. It happens. I mean, I got lots of stuff on my head. I'm probably looking for it a little bit, Yeah. So he can't say too much because he didn't either.
Well, I hope my package, I'm supposed to be here by Monday.
you're
Yeah.
not driving the
Monday.
car. That's when we said, the Avalon, wait, you leave my Avalon alone.
And when she went to
He said, it's
close.
And I'm like, do you realize I have to talk to the
John go to the post office.
if you notice my truck, because, you know, now I'm teaching CPR courses, I have to carry that. So I'm just like, and I might break and get my GLK, I'm not GLK, not because he loves Mercedes.
That's a nice car.
So the thing
And
is,
it's spacious.
it's spacious and I need the room.
So that's more logical than flashy. Like you're doing it. I mean, it's your car still, but it's more practical.
And then because I had an X5 that thing blew up. Because mommy didn't take care of it.
Oh, what?
The X5, I forgot to get oil changed and it blew up. The BMW X5.
I want the white one.
And
The 335.
it blew up.
I know.
Cornhilla blew up. She said blew up and then the engineer like, well, this company is gonna cost you about $4,800. Oh no, I said, oh, wait. Before I got the right mirror. And you know,
Maybe they'll just start white.
right mirror, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Forgot everything.
I'm gonna get that key.
And chairs, you know,
Listen,
A whole bunch of,
what kind of food?
A whole, a variety.
where'd you get it?
I do a checklist every time I leave.
If you're watching on the live stream, we'll get started in about 6.5 minutes.
Oh, you did.
It's cool. How much is
Yes.
It isn't anything.
Yeah, right. Oh, I thought.
Yeah, you're already enrolled, so as long as you put your number on here. Well, no, I mean your the 4235
Yeah, so
or
we're
whatever
excited
that.
because, Randy was there Thursday night, so.
I don't know, 4235.
Yeah, sure. And, we just joined, so. I think I did.
So- The username.
I don't know.
What does it? It doesn't matter.
I have a credit card to Randy, I can find it, I want you guys to sign it. Because it's actually Bill and Kathy's anniversary, which I just found that out, so we're going to downtown, or Disney Springs. Oh, really? Hey, would you guys sign this for Randy? Yeah. And you know what, I was thinking of this, play with the dogs. Yeah. It's really good. Yeah.
So is my phone?
They look at you and they see what you guys have done before. It sounds like you're very
Well,
busy.
yeah, I know. Not at all. No, but I just.
He's about that shape up.
Yeah, well, I know.
That's that shape up, that shape up.
That's important. Are you taking control of this?
That shape up.
Not very many.
The chocolate
Yeah.
is.
Neither the ice.
The chocolate is.
So.
There was a lot more. I haven't, my kids have gone on field trips there, but I never chaperoned. That was the one trip I didn't go on, but I have a business. So we must have just pictures and show me to sleep for Randy. Sure. That's already did. So. Yeah. Yes. Oh, how am I supposed to come? It was at.
Yes.
Like you should take them.
Yes, YouTube and Facebook. Yes, I'll add him to the.
There were, we had a bunch of people that were sending guests from.
I gotta get these
Yeah.
first, or we
Well.
can add him.
He blocked me.
Okay, well, I'll try.
Sure,
to find
yes, I
some-
might get him.
Because I blocked him by mistake. You blocked me, I blocked you.
You guys are such an amazing looking couple. I love the video thing, that picture of your two heads together.
Yes, they're very sure. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm
Yes.
excited. His birthday was yesterday. Yeah, I think. Hey, you could post on Facebook. Paula White, here I'm like thinking, Vanna White, I have no idea. I guess it's.
she's
Which makes it.
bad.
Yeah?
Yeah, I joke about that, but still.
Oh, thank you.
Then you truth to set it just right.
Yeah, I don't even know where she got it. I don't know. Aw.
All right.
But, you know. It was nice to meet you. I mean, he talked about she was waiting already, you know, like, I was like, oh, I'm trying such an easy guy. I was like, oh, okay, you know.
We'll have you up. And we're gonna put your computer in for that.
Yeah, I'll put the computer into that spot. You'll be straight.
And they.
All right, guys, let's get rolling. Everybody grab some water. If there's some food back there you want, grab some of that, take your seats. Let's make sure the live stream is running. You guys still there? You look like it. Oops, sorry. So I just asked you and I forgot.
I'm sorry. I follow up this where we're at right now.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Okay, we'll get started here in about another 30 seconds to a minute. Grab pen and paper, guys, if you're watching the screen, glad that you're here. And we're gonna go another hour 15, something like that is my guess. And go from there. So thanks for hopping back in, everybody. So I'm excited to hear this part. We're gonna have Jennifer Dillon from Tampa. She's one of our Palladians. Hop up here and talk about following up. They always say the fortune's in the follow-up. It's true. Having a system to do it, having a way to do it. None of us are perfect at it. We all say that when you hear about it. Oh, I'm not, I could do better. We all could. But being reminded of this and learning skills and new ways of doing it is huge. Do you want me to keep this up behind you?
Sure, that's a good background.
Cool.
That works.
Jennifer Dillon, come on.
I'm gonna stand because if I sit, then I don't know, I'll try to hide behind the chair. So follow-up is something, am I in the right spot still?
Sure.
For the video, okay. So follow-up is something that is so very, very important, and including myself, you know, I wish I did more follow-up. I need to do better follow-up, but it's something that almost everybody ends up falling short of. How many of you have heard an advertisement for something on TV or the radio that you're like, oh, I really want to buy that, and then never got around to doing it? Anybody?
Yes, yes.
So how many of you have gotten samples of something, or maybe a coupon for something, or samples of something that you were interested in trying but you didn't get around to trying it, or maybe you waited weeks or who knows how long before you bothered to try it? So with this business in particular, you know, samples cost money. So you're not only are you potentially throwing out the money on those samples, but all these potential customers that are already interested and very well may want to purchase, but life gets in the way. You know, working a lot of jobs with kids, with schedules, with everything that's going on, people forget. And they mean to, like, oh, I meant to do that. I'll have to do that tomorrow. Oh, I meant to do that. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And it turns into that. So if you jump in and you follow up with them right away, you're taking care of that for them. Oh, you don't have time? Let me take care of it for you. So when you're sending out a sample, if you give a sample in person, obviously you know exactly when they get it. So you give it to them. Are you going to try this tomorrow? And if they say no, oh no, I'm going to wait till the next day for whatever reason. So they said they're going to try it tomorrow. Say, I'll give you a call tomorrow afternoon. Make sure everything's going okay. The other thing, when you're giving out a sample, be really explicit on the directions. Whether it's the QRS strips, whether it's the trim. Tell people, do not take the trim in the afternoon. If they forget, really stress to them, don't take it at 2 o'clock, because if they go and they take a whole trim at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they are not going to have a good experience and they are not going to like you. Or at least they might hold it against you for a little while. So when you're giving out the trim, tell people, you know, it's recommended to take a half of one the first day. If you take it first thing in the morning and you feel like you could use a little more, great. Later that morning, go ahead and take the other half. But it's really, really important to tell them how important it is to make sure it's in the morning. And if you're following up with them the next day and they're bouncing off the wall, did you take the whole thing? Did you take it on an empty stomach? So by following up with them immediately, you can get in front of anything that could be wrong with it. Say somebody says they don't care for the flavor. I think I've had like 2 out of 150, almost everybody loves it. But you can say, oh, no problem, we have it in capsule form. Whereas otherwise they're like, oh, I don't like this stuff, I'm not gonna do it. So you've got that. And then you've got the QRS strips. So follow up with them is so important. People, either you forgot to say it or they didn't hear it, whichever the case might be, you have got to be hydrated. You've got to be hydrated, it's really important. I gave a sample to a good friend of mine, been friends with her since I was 13. And I told her about the strips twice, and I was very, very thorough about it. And then when I finally went to give it to her, I was trying to explain. She's like, you already told me twice. Okay. So I talked to her 2 days later, and she's like, they didn't work for me. I tried them yesterday and today, it didn't work. She took them off after a couple hours the first day, and then put them on again and took it off a couple hours later. totally wasted the strips, somebody who could benefit significantly from this, and it just went in the garbage and she thinks it's a bad product. I should have followed up the first day, making sure, and I didn't. So a perfect example of somebody I could have helped, but I dropped the ball. And, you know, it goes the same, people, you call people up, but, oh, I didn't try it yet. You're following a cup, oh, I didn't try it yet. Why not? You know, and some people say, well, I wanted to do it when I wasn't at work or whatever the situation. That's fine. When are you going to try it? So I can make sure that, you know, everything's going on right. It's so important. Don't waste your money. Don't waste the potential customers, because that one customer could turn into 100 people. So follow up, have a system. There are free apps all over the place where you can set timers up. The spreadsheet that Dave had up on there, you know, you can use that. Make a column for follow-up dates. You know, when you're going to follow up. Okay, you gave them the sample this day. If it's mailed, you know, think about how many days it's going to take to get it. And the first thing to reach it, did you get your sample? No? Okay, I'll try check back with you tomorrow. Did you get your sample? Oh, did you try it yet? It's so important to make sure that you do this and set it up on a schedule. Keep yourself organized. You've got samples all over the place. You don't want them to fall through the cracks. So use the sheet or use an app on your phone, whichever you're more comfortable with. If you've got a day planner, if you like that, if you like, you know, writing it, have a system, have a schedule, have preset things that you send out. You may tweak them just a little bit from person to person, but if you have a set thing that you're sending out, whether it's asking people if they want a sample, whether it's following up on samples, whether it's sending people information about the business, have one already set up. Then you're not redoing it every single time. I work 1 million hours a week, and my kids, and now I have a disabled husband. I don't have time to do all this. So if I don't have things already set up where I can just, somebody says, oh, can you send me that? I just go in there, grab it, send it to them. So I've already got it set up what I want to send. Sometimes I'll tweak it a little bit, of course, depending on the conversation. But you're almost always going to send just about the same thing to certain people. Have that already set up. Saves you tons of time, saves you tons of aggravation, and then when you've got people that you're bringing on, you've got this already prepared. Here you go, this is what I send to people after I sample. This is what I send to people after they've started the program. So once they have ordered, you know, following up on the samples isn't the only thing. So following up, Jim had a customer who ordered the experience pack, was so excited she took everything the first day. Anybody know what's wrong with that? Trim stick and trim capsule. She's like, I'm sweating, I can't stop sweating. Took one of everything. So it is really important to make sure that your customers know what they should be doing. You're following up with the trim. Are they drinking enough water? Are they eating? How many of you have taken the trim and forgotten to eat for 6 hours? So it is really important. That's going to slow down their weight loss. It's not good for their body. Make sure if they're forgetting to eat, okay, let's go on your phone right now. Let's set an alarm so you can remember to eat. I don't take a lunch at my job. I just work through the whole day. I had a lot of days where I went 6-8 hours and didn't even eat. Or sometimes I'd even have lunch just sitting there and I just never ate it the whole day. Have an alarm. Make yourself eat. Get on a schedule. The more routine that you can be about this, the better success you're going to have, and the easier it is to just tell people. You have something set up, you can just forward it right then and there. The strips, you know, making sure that they know it's okay to shower in them. You don't have to take them off every day and throw them out. No, they're still good. So making sure not just on the follow-up, but on your existing customers, because you want them to reorder. So how much success are you going to have if you spend all this time and energy getting your customer and then you never talk to them again unless they order? Everybody doesn't get set up on subscription on their first order. And well, you can't do subscription on your first order. So you need to follow up. You need to make sure, okay, how are the results going? How's your weight loss going? How are you feeling? So if there's anything that's going on that's not, oh, it's a little bit too strong. Okay, are you taking it on an empty stomach or are you taking it with food? So it's really important to find out what's going on, what kind of results they're getting with the QRS strips. It's really important to follow up. It took 3 days before I got relief from the bursitis that I have in my shoulder. And then it was great. I had like 80% relief after that. And then throughout the rest of the month, now I can do this with my arms. I can knock bottles off the counter. I can do anything I want with my shoulder now. I was telling you, I've got my high heel shoes on, which I'm so excited because it's been 3 years since I've worn anything but tennis shoes because my foot was so bad with plantar fasciitis. It was even excruciating walking around in tennis shoes. So find out about the results. Make sure that they know that they might not get results in 10 minutes from that. You might have already told them when you gave them the products or when they bought the products, when they got their sample, but follow up. If you don't, and how nice does it make you feel if somebody's calling up? My dentist,
Appreciate it.
my dentist, whenever I would have, if I had like a cap or a root canal or something that was more serious, he would call me personally that night to check on me. So not only you're making sure that you're ensuring their success, but you're making them feel good. You're making them feel like, oh, I bought it, now they don't care anything about me. So all of it is so important. And get yourself a system. I'm gonna follow up, and you can make it whatever you want. It doesn't have to be the same as mine. But I like to talk to people their first 3 days, with the trim in particular. That's what I did in weight loss coaching in the past. First 3 days are when people can kind of stray from this. Do they forget to take it? Oh, they took it the first day and then they forgot the second day. Or with the control, are you taking the control before every meal? Follow up with them, making sure they're taking care of it. And the results that you have in your business is going to be a direct result of what you put in it. Jim likes to say, talk to 1,000 people in your first 90 days. You want $1 million business? You need to talk to 1,000 people in your first 90 days. And he said he wanted me to get up here and say this. He is on live right now. He said, 90 days, balls to the wall. So you want a big jump out of your business? Do it right now, and then the momentum carries you. So everything builds on itself. I really wanted to be Palladium before Dave came down and Randy came down last time. And I was like all hours making that happen. And I had a lot of stuff that didn't go through then, but you know what? The next couple of weeks, all that momentum carried through. So follow up what you want out of your business. The faster that you try to do it now, the more waves that are just going to keep going, and that's going to keep everything going for you.
Awesome. One of the things I've started to do probably because of the blogs or posts on Facebook or whatever, people are finding is I don't know these people. And I used to just send out a sample. I'll make sure I have a conversation. Some people have asked for a sample, but I say, give me a quick call. And if they don't, then I'm going to sample. But one of the things I've asked is, I'm happy to give you a sample. Will you promise me when you get it to contact me? And they do. And that's really good because then you put a little bit of responsibility on them. Not that you wouldn't follow up, but then they're like, sure, I'll call you. And some people will call me. I'm like, why are you calling? Like, oh, you sent a little note in your package to give you a call when it arrived.
Yes.
One other thing. One thing that is, I have the worst handwriting in the world. It's really bad. It's really bad. I love that this is on the new 3-day sample. All you need to do is go to Staples, get some laser labels, print it out, and then you just put it right on there. They've got your website, they've got your information, they've got your contact information. And again, it's a time saver all over again. You don't have these if you have the 7-day or you're using QRs. Same thing, just put the little sticker right on there. And then you're not spending time writing it out, and it's professional.
And one last thing I have to say, because you brought it up, you can tell people instructions. And do you remember Amber gave her mom 3 trim capsules because she wanted to try a 3-day sample. Her mom, in her 70s or 80s, took all 3 at once. They're a little concerned. She lived. But it's like
her body expelled it.
But yeah, she was just a little bit nervous. But it's like, Mom. She told her mom, probably wrote it out, and well, you gave me a sample.
Wow.
Yeah, something explicit, yeah.
Don't take 3 trims at the same time.
No.
So I do want to say this, passion that Jennifer has in follow-up, right? Can't miss it. It's all there. Here's the real deal. The moment you talk to somebody, you're already training them. Whether they buy or not. If they end up being one of the buyers or customer, you're training them on how to do business. Whatever you do is what they're going to do. So if you met them at a coffee shop and you did this for 45 minutes, and they don't sign up because psychologically they're thinking, one, I don't like coffee. Two, no way I'll learn everything you know to be able to do what you just did.
Nor do
Right?
I have the time.
Nor do I have the time.
Be
So
duplicatable.
to be duplicatable, you want to keep it in little bites and you want to follow up. Your people probably follow up fantastic because that's how you are with them. So whatever they see is what they're going to do. So just always remember that you're training people from day one. Thank you. That was excellent. Let's get into product. Okay. More depth in product. There's a lot of stuff about product I don't know. I don't want to be the product guru. I really don't. Because sometimes I got to get into that. Then all of a sudden I'll do 10 minutes. I'll do another video on the product and that kind of stuff. You need to know it though. As long as you're confident it does what it says it's going to do, then run with that. So to do that, there's nobody else besides, there may be one other person on the planet, maybe Boyd,
Yeah.
who knows more about the product. Boyd and Jake know more about the product, and Randy's perfect. So Randy, train it. Come on.
And I have to say, the PDFs on the products are
Beautiful.
Yeah, I usually just, make sure they get one of these.
No.
And I actually save the YouTube, so I have like the 1-minute videos, easy access. If someone wants the trim, she gets a PDF and the video, so she understands it. And I want to say how easy it is to share. I was on our way down here, our second journey in Fort Myers. I really wanted to be quiet, and I sat next to Chatty Cathy. But it was really.
You call me Chatty Cathy?
No, you were on the other side of the plains. We had a different place. But anyway, she was fascinating, and everything she said led me to just have a conversation about our products. I gave her samples. She said, wow, I really am not really into this, and I'm really a hard sell. I bet my daughter would like it. She's on vacation right now, and her daughter just became a customer today. She said, Mom's liking the product so much, she's not going to share with me, so I figured I'd order some today. So I was like, and I didn't even have a business card on me. I had it in the briefcase, and when we got our luggage, I gave it a sample, which was very cool, and it was fabulous to hand her this beautiful little 3-day sample. I felt really good. But yeah, so that I get a couple customers out of that. So sample.
I just wanted to say, hi, Goya. It's Randy. Remember Randy, the one who's got a face for radio. You remember that, right, Goya? It's good to see you.
She said that on her. She didn't call after he left. Oh, Randy was great. You got real face for radio. And she went on.
She did. So I'm going to just add just 2 cents to this. I love our product. I love the fact that we can lead with our product. So be prepared for the swivel cam, okay? To your point, okay? Chris, I've had an incredible experience with a product that I've had, and I've got 1 sample left. And that 1 sample is important to me. I'd love to give it to you to see if you can have a similar experience. The only thing I've asked that if I do, is it okay if I call you in a couple days to follow up about it?
Sure.
That's all I want from it. Not a problem. Thank you so much.
Great point.
I love that little simple. Nothing complicated. It's just easy. It's just a simple, easy share because it works. So if you'll share that with someone, I appreciate it. So that would be you to share it with somebody else. Okay.
Cool.
Product. I love representing this company. We have a gentleman who is so brilliant that if he was here teaching, that's the thing. He's incredible. He's formulated products for other network marketing companies that are their top selling products, and he's kept the best for his home here at Sabala. It is for us truly a little piece of paradise. First product, we've talked about it, but I'm going to try to give as much details as I can. It works. Flat out think about weight loss. Dieting, I don't know if I shared this today or not because I've done so many of these presentations this week. Dieting is actually contra to losing weight. It's actually counterproductive. Dieting is counterproductive to losing weight. And that's the weirdest thing because, first of all, dieting, the first thing you do is you take in less calories, you take in less food, you don't eat. What happens is your metabolism slows down. Your body goes into starvation mode, and it's actually saying, I'm going to grab a hold of whatever comes down the pipe, and I'm going to keep it and save it because I'm going to need it later. Second is we lack energy. Because we're taking in less calories, we are an engine. Burn more fuel, the bigger muscles you have, or the more muscles you have, your bigger engine. But the thing is when you take in less calories, your engine doesn't have as much fuel to run. So people, they end up being lacking energy. Third is anything about diet. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not exaggerating. A lot of people start their diets Monday morning, and they'll go through their binge Sunday, especially when I'm gonna start Monday. I'm gonna start Monday, and then Monday comes, and the problem with Monday is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I could care less about Costco chocolate cake. I mean, if I'm not dieting, I could care less about having a chocolate cake from Costco. As soon as I start a diet, I don't know what it is. Monday, about midday, it's like, man, piece of chocolate cake would be so good right now.
Deprivation.
Well, it's these cravings that start. This is what's incredible about this product. It takes care of some of the things of dieting. First and foremost, you take the trim, eat. Schedule your meals. And my suggestion is schedule 6 small meals. Take a complex carbohydrate and a high quality protein and a veg, small portions, and eat. Because if you do that throughout the day, small meals, you're going to boost your metabolism anyway. Then you add this stuff on top, and it's just going to spin it more. You want to watch what happens with weight loss, do that. Second is it provides energy. It has a stimulant. It has caffeine. But it also has this dang thing called DMHA, which is what makes it powerful. It's the secret sauce. If you want to research a little bit about DMHA, the best way I can tell you is go research a source of DMHA. It's called the Cagelia africana plant. Okay, and if you can't spell Cagelia, I should be able to spell Cagelia.
Look on the ingredient deck.
Look on the ingredient deck, or go and research what's called the sausage tree. That's what the nickname is, sausage tree. Okay, and research and see some of the things that it does. It's absolutely incredible. That's the part of it that's so strong for me that I can only take. I'm 6'4" and I weigh 3 bills, and I cannot take a full one at a time. I can't. We have little Colby. Colby was there. She'll probably watch the recording later. Maybe. Little Colby Apaka, who's 5 foot nothing, 90 nothing, and we're sitting down to dinner in Hawaii, and she takes out. It's 9 o'clock at night. She takes out like a bottle of pill, pops a pill right before dinner. Hey, I'll stand up and tell you, I've never taken one of the Kavala trim pills because I have to dose the active ingredients. I select a dosage by drinking a half or a third. This young thing, little tiny thing, pops a pill right before dinner. I said, what are you doing? It's not a control. She goes, oh yeah, I do this. It makes me know I don't want to eat as much. And I said, she can see. She goes, yeah, for me it's fine. And I'm thinking, okay, me, her. She has no hard time. I mean, it literally would light me up like a Christmas tree if I took a whole one. That's what I love about the product. For me, it lasts so long. Okay. It will boost your metabolism. It's a thermogenic. It will also help with energy. It provides significant energy. The third thing it does is it provides so what I'm looking for, appetite suppressant. I don't have the cravings. That's the one thing that's crazy about this. I don't have the cravings on trim. When I'm on trim, I don't have cravings. When I get off of it or start a diet like this, boom, the cravings. The other thing that a lot of people don't know, it's also a bronchodilator. Well, actually, will let your lungs expand more. So if people take it as a pre-workout, it's a great pre-workout. Fantastic what it will do. It also, the thing that I have heard so much that I don't know how we quantify it, but the word I've heard so much is called focus. There was one of the first people that I sampled, first person I sampled was a gal by the name of Wendy. And I called her, we hadn't even packaged the material. So this is back before our November launch. This was from September till November. I called her and I said, I really want you to sample this. And the funny part is it was in little tiny Ziploc bags with fold over. And if it would have not had the flavor or the color profile, it looked like cocaine. And I'm shipping this out to the cocaine up to Wendy. And I would follow up. And the answers that you'll get a lot of times in the follow-up is, no, I haven't had time yet, I haven't tried it, haven't had time yet. And so my sweet spot for sleep is from about 3 a.m. till about 8 o'clock or 8:30. Then I got to be at the office at 9 until that's a quick turn in the morning. But I had been on a late call with somebody in Hawaii, and I ended up getting this text during my sweet spot of sleep. And it was this lady, Wendy. She basically said, what in the heck
And she goes, she says, I've been awake all night. She says, I have the cleanest house on the planet. I want more. That was her response. I called her and I said, remember my instructions to take half? I said, how much did you take? She said, I took the whole thing. I said, what time did you take it? She said, 4 p.m. And she says, I gotta have one. She says, I gotta have one. I have to have one. But she said that the craziest part was this sense of focus. And I've experienced that focus several times, especially when I take a little more of it. I remember having to pack to head on one of the, and sometimes packing takes a long time because I'm doing all sorts of things. I'm usually unpacking to repack. And I'll never forget this time. It's like I just got stuff done, and it was wonderful. And it was the time that because I think, and Kit will attest to this. I am easily distracted, and I usually will take the room easily distracted as well. I'm not exaggerating. Was the meeting? Literally, we're in a meeting in Savannah. No joke. True. We're in a meeting in Savannah, and I'm talking, and there's this big, huge pane of window. And there was a squirrel. And I'm literally talking to him, there's a cute squirrel. So
we all do.
Everybody. But the thing is focus is amazing what it can do with the product. I think the product has, there are just too many testimonials to call it circumstance or call it chance on what's happening. I mean, my heavens, some of the people that are most impressive are down here in Florida. This is why we're literally sending Jake, who's our vice president of marketing, and then he's got another person that we're going to go meet with people who have had experiences at Tavala with the product and get them on high quality video. We're coming down here. We're coming down here to spend some time. And there's people that we need to video. We're going to come down for y'all. We're going to put Mark Bus on. I was really bummed. Mark, if you're out there, hello, brother. We were going to try to, his story is incredible.
John, about 40 pounds.
Incredible.
46. I mean, it's just incredible. So the product flat out works. The only way it doesn't if you don't use it. But again, the way it works best is eat small meals, and then make sure we're going to try to come out with, not we're going to come out with system. And our weight loss, we talked about that we're going to be known as the box subscription company. Our weight loss box will not just have product, but we'll also have suggestions on plan. Not dialed into an individual, but in a general sense, items or suggestions for a plan, because it needs to be. And it will include exercise, and it's going to include nutrition, and it's going to include our product. It'll be a system, okay? When I told you that the videos weren't made by Martin Scorsese, it's true, but I think they're effective. I think they work. They get the point across.
And they're short and sweet.
They are short and sweet, okay? And the funny part is you won't notice unless you're doing it in a presentation like this that our guy has actually used some of the same videos in our same video sections and some of them. I'm like, I never noticed it until I was doing a presentation like this. So here's the first one.
There has been a breakthrough in energy and weight loss formulas. World, meet Tavala Trim. Tavala Trim was created with the latest developments in health and nutritional science. And each one of our products at Tavala has been created and formulated to lead you to a healthier lifestyle. Tavala Trim is available in both a drink and capsule form and helps with healthy weight management, appetite suppression, metabolism, and energy. All you have to do is take one in the morning every day and let the ingredients inside work for you. So give it a try. Be your best you and try Tavala Trim today.
I love Keith and Eric, who's in charge of member support, because that's actually his voice.
I know, and I first thought it was yours.
No, it's the second one. He had kind of a little radio voice. It's kind of, I teased him on the second one. But the product that flat out works. Whether you take the drink or if you take the capsule. Sometimes people want it quick, and so they'll take the capsule. Sometimes people want to dose it or do it over a period, and they'll take the drink. I always take the drink. Have never tried one of the capsules. Take one of the capsules, not 3 of the capsules.
So that was started that day. It was like,
Yeah.
we're all like, what the heck? I mean, poor lady's not like a Christmas tree. So, okay. Then you'll have people who will ask about ingredients. My favorite thing. I mean, there are people who eat clean. I mean, there are people out there who just flat out, they eat clean. And it's not 99.99999% of the populace. I'll have people who don't eat clean, and I know they don't eat clean. They've got a Diet Coke, they're sitting there and they're saying, well, tell me about what this ingredient really does. Am I really even, come on, they become experts at ingredients. But for those people who eat clean, and they'll have a concern about some of the ingredients inside, we have an artificial flavor in the drink pack. It's simply there. If they have a problem with that specific artificial sweetener, we direct them to the capsule. Boyd's formula, he believes it tastes the best and does this, and mine is not to argue about the ingredient itself, but just to give you guys a strategy in case the ingredients don't change.
And if the flavor wasn't so good, even though it works, a lot of people wouldn't do it. Yeah.
Most would not.
And it is
Yeah.
delicious.
I can attest to you, right now I can attest to that. We had at a previous company, we had this incredible meal replacement shake. It was incredible. It tasted fantastic. And then the formula was changed to be super, super, super clean on ingredients. And we couldn't give it away. Literally, I did a promo that was buy one, get 3 free. That's not an exaggeration.
It starts with a T.
It does start with a T, but we won't go there. Okay, but you know what I mean. It's just, it has, listen, if you can't sell it to customers, if you can't move the product to customers, the only people who will ever buy this just because of the compensation, the volume, and that's not what we want. We want a product that the masses will enjoy, that we feel good about providing. If that makes sense.
Well, I want to go back to all of a sudden talking about another drink that's a weight loss. People who I knew who had tried something else I recommended, the first thing they asked us, does it taste good? Do I have to plug my nose to drink it? That's why I actually started messaging. It was easier than going through that whole conversation.
I think it tastes great. To me, it tastes like a cranberry / pomegranate Kool-Aid. That's what it kind of tastes like to me. How many grew up with Kool-Aid? I'm still here.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid. I'm still okay. So, okay. And then squirrel, lemon lime. Ooh, what's my favorite? Lemon or lemon lime? The best Kool-Aid ever. Maybe we need to get this in lemon or lime. We'll see. Second one, I've told you about. Absolutely, for me, godsend. For me, honestly, a godsend. We've had people who've had similar experiences to myself. I won't talk about their experiences because, again, we don't cure or treat disease. We provide products. The ingredients, I think God's created a lot of incredible stuff that we put in the right combination can do some incredible things. This stuff was our second product. It's unbelievably affordable. It helps your body maintain a normal blood sugar level. It helps promote a normal blood sugar level. If you want to do your own research, seriously, there's over 2,500 studies on berberine. For heaven's sakes, in France, they actually script. Here in the US, if someone has type 2 diabetes, the #1 prescribed drug is metformin. What happens? In France, the #1 prescribed is a supplement that contains berberine. So, sorry, Europe, we're not getting it there, but here in the US, thank goodness we've got it. Absolutely love having this product, such an efficacious product. I'm thrilled to be here. If I hypothetically, I'm not saying anything, if I hypothetically wasn't here, I would never stop taking this, ever. It's just that way. That's the way I feel about the product. Okay? Here's the one where I tease Eric about his voice because he kind of went to the radio mode.
Are you worried about your blood sugar levels? Have you tried Tavalotrim, had great results, but want to keep up your weight loss goals? We have the answer. We call it Tavala Control. The perfect partnership is here. Tavala Control is an all-natural stimulant-free capsule that helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels throughout the day, so you don't have those annoying spikes and valleys. Because Control works differently than Tavalotrim in the body, it will help you drop additional weight after you have experienced Trim's effects. And Control will help you break through if you have plateaued in your weight loss journey. For maximum effect, we recommend taking Trim and control together each morning. Your balanced attack on weight loss, courtesy of Tavala. To learn more, visit www.tavala.com.
Every time I get to this point in the video, I do a shout out to my admin, who is the greatest employee on the planet, period. I've had in my life over 4,300 employees. Best employee I've ever had. And her favorite animal on the whole planet is sea turtle. And I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have the brain back in Utah. So shout out to Jessica for, and that's why I always talk about her on that video. It just cracks me up how much she likes sea turtles. Literally, they're covering her car. So, okay. Tavala Micromist. Okay, these things are just cool. They're just cool. So for everyone who in here has not tried one, raise your hand if you have not tried one. Okay. I gotta tell you a story about these. We're in Hawaii. I was in Hawaii. We're getting ready to. We had them in the warehouse. The ones I had with me were samples. So the first two people who got the first two that got to try them, we had some members we shipped product to before just to get their opinion. And I'll tell you a story about the Smooth and a story about the Alert. This is a pharmaceutical grade inhaler. It microparticleizes the active ingredient and the propellant. Now I want to show you something. Most people are prone to doing this. It's even got, look, it just works so good on the thumb of your finger there. This is no. Goya, listen, okay? This is not the way you want to do it. Let me explain. There is a straw inside the canister that goes all the way down. If you were to cut this open, you'd see a straw that goes all the way down to the bottom of the canister because of the propellant type that this is. So if it goes all the way down and you turn it upside down and the straw is all the way to the top, then it won't function very well, okay? What you'll get is you'll get a couple bursts of really good product, but after a little while, you're gonna get propellant. Then you're going to have a canister empty of propellant and just throttle. Does that make sense? This is the only way that you use it. Put your thumb on the bottom, finger on the top, about an inch away from your mouth. A lot of people wrap their lips around, literally, an inch away from your mouth, breathe out, and then puff and breathe in. And the Alert has microparticle amount of caffeine and guarana. Guarana, very well, very good. It took me a while to get to Verdina, so it's okay. It'll take a little while to get Guarana. Yeah, whatever. You're a better teacher than I am. So it particleizes, and because it enters the body, the system, in a different way, it actually enters not through your liver, not through your digestive tract. It goes through your pulmonary area. It goes through your lungs, and is absorbed. Your lungs are full of blood vessels. This is where oxygen is created for the system. You literally take that into your lungs, it goes into your bloodstream very quickly and then enters the receptors of your brain. And it has an effect. The Alert High can have an effect in 10, 15, 20 seconds. Okay? My suggestion is when you try this the first time, it's one puff. My other suggestion is your first puff should always be out to see what it's going to do. Does that make sense? So it doesn't surprise you. Your first puff that you ever take will, how's the word? Not shock you, that's right. It will surprise you. It's like, hello.
It's strong.
Okay, it's the first one. It's like, hello, think about doing it this way. I promise you it's even gonna be more strong. It's the first time you experience it, it's like, wow, that's a little different. That's a little strong. So I gotta tell you the story about this. We're out in Hawaii. I've got 13 crazy ladies in this condo lobby, or this condo area that we had rented. I got Jake, myself, and then a couple gentlemen, and there's just so much fantastic energy there. There's a gal named Paulette, another Mapu, all Daniel, all these incredible ladies, and they were being real silly. It was food. Oh my heavens, there was so much food. It was incredible. But I'm showing this. I'm saying, hey, we can talk about this because it's now in the warehouse, but we'll let people just get a little view. But it's not a sampleable product. And Paulette was not having any of that. I want to try it. Seriously, I want to try it. Others, they wanted to try it. So there's a circle of about 13 ladies said, well, if you do it, I guess just don't put your lips on it. You can try it. And it was so funny. Paulette gets this thing and she goes, she shakes, she goes, this reminds me of college, puff, puff, pass. So they went around the room and they were all laughing. Oh, it was fun. But people were like amazed at how quickly it worked. Less than a milligram of caffeine in Guaraná per serving. And why is that important? It's because you think about this industry, which is a $44 billion a year in energy drinks. If we just go to energy drinks, it's a $44 billion a year worldwide opportunity, US approximately $8 billion. And you think about some of the brands out there, they do have a significant amount of caffeine. Too much caffeine can be very damaging to your body. Too much sugar can be very damaging to your body. But you think about, I use the example, 180 milligrams of caffeine in one serving, 3 servings in 1 can. And I promise you, people aren't grabbing that and drinking it over 3 days, okay? So we like that product. Second one is Snooze. First experience with Snooze, I was out in Colorado, and there was one of our leaders. His name is Zan. He's your upline. Zan got the first opportunity to try one of these things outside the executives, and we were sharing a hotel room. And if you know me, I keep my hotel room as cold as the thermostat will go. So I mean, literally, that's how I judge. You want to know what a 5-star is? A 5-star is low temperature. It could be crappy room, crappy bed. It's got a low temperature. I'll give you an example. The best hotel on the planet is the Hilton at the Oakland Airport because it kept going down and down and down. A little hot. But he's in this hotel room, and I say that because I've got thermostat all the way down. It's a good hotel. I mean, it's a really good hotel. And he's in his bed like a burrito, just wrapped up. He's not moving. And we're having a conversation. And then I tell him about this. He goes, well, I got to try it. He said, because I really struggle with sleeping. And I said, okay, give it a shot. Shakes it up, takes a puff, takes another puff, 2 of them. And then we continue the conversation. And as we continued the conversation, I determined that it was a lot more me conversing than him conversing, and then he's gone. And I mean, he's gone. After a few minutes, I'm saying, I literally went and put my fingers next to his nose to make sure I hadn't killed him. Because he was out, wakes up in the morning, and he said, what the hell was that? He said, I slept, Randy, I slept so incredible. He basically told me, I'm taking that with me. I go, no, this one. He said, no, you don't understand. I'm taking that with me. I said, no. He said, no, dude. He ended up taking it with me. I love it on product that people almost get in a wrestling match over, right? Product Works. We are the only ones who can put, as Dave mentioned, the partner we have has a patent on this that no one else can put supplements in pharmaceutical grade inhalers. So it has a utilitarian patent, I think is what it's called, utility patent. And the way it's done, no one else can do it. And the fact that the one of the people is a former attorney general of a state, I'm pretty confident they'll defend that patent aggressively, if that makes sense, which he already has started the process. Somebody decided in one state to put THC in. That's the stuff that, in a state where it's recreational, and they went right after. So it's,
Good for them.
I don't have the video on my machine of this, but it's a great little video. It has our former admin, Abby, in there doing a puff. Going, it's kind of funny watching her reaction, because that first puff, I'm promising you, it's a hello moment. Especially if it's the middle of the night and you're thinking you're going to take snooze.
So Randy didn't put that in there by error.
No, I think
I thought that you snuck it in.
No, I would not do that to somebody. He accused me a lot of stuff, just so you know. It literally was, and we didn't package these. And here's another thing. I'm going to be honest with you. Our packaging, I think, is stellar. I think these are incredible. I think the brew, I think it's gorgeous. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like this packaging. And nor does anyone else on the executive team. We actually allowed the vendor to bring to the market. We gave them, didn't follow exactly what we wanted on it. The product is flat out perfect. I love the product. However, the next round, you'll see is a different packaging on this. Most likely what it's gonna be is injection molded. They will sit sideways. So think about like a chocolate box with the injection molded. They'll sit two or four will sit in there. And they'll be sideways, and then there'll be another sleeve. No one got that. Did anyone else get that, or just a couple people? Okay, that needs some alert to be passed around in here. But then this nice box top, and then a curved sleeve, a partial sleeve will go inside. It will present fantastic. Okay. Then these guys. These guys are incredible. Dr. Kim makes these, and and again, so this is the part where I talk about that if you'd have told me 5 years ago, I would be talking about energy. You'd have thought I would have called you crackpot. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. There are people who have crystals and pyramids. Their belief is their belief, and I claim that right for them to believe the way they want to believe. That's just not what I believe in. So looking at these and having an experience with the previous version of this was shocking to me, that something that had energy was going to cause the amount of relief that I experienced. It shocked me. I had a severe herniation in my L3, L4, L5 from a traffic accident. And I dealt with, and you're gonna hear me say it, negative energy. And you know what I mean by negative energy. I don't need to spell it out for anyone. So debilitating that there were times in a night I would walk for 8 hours in my basement in a circle because I couldn't get away from it in no way. I couldn't sit, I couldn't stand, nothing. And just dragging the one foot that was going numb because of the amount of pressure on my, what do you call it, sciatic nerve. And it's just horrible. It's just absolutely horrible. When I put the previous version on my back that a friend gave to me, I went to bed and not expecting anything. And you can't, I mean, every time you move, it's just, you can't find the spot. I remember getting some sleep and woke up and gently put my feet on the ground like I did when I was having a spasm. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, I wasn't 100% negative energy free. I was like 95% though negative energy free. And I remember walking around so gently over a half an hour because I was afraid that if I did anything, it would be like eggshells. It would move again. And after a while, I started thinking, is this just my mind? It's just me thinking this? And after, I don't care. Didn't care because I didn't have the same experience. I didn't have the same amount of negative energy. I went to work for the company over that. That's what brought me to that company, is working, having an experience with the product. I went to work for the company, and I loved my experience there. I worked my tail end off. I wish them the best success. I truly do. I'm thrilled that we have these. Here's the thing. If you want to know, look at the patent on the back. You can go back to the same person, the same entity that has the patent on these as has it from the previous company. They flat out freaking work. He takes and charges our body. So I'm going to talk about it from a scientific perspective. Our bodies are a series of electrical signals. That's what we do. That's how we move. Your movement with your hand, writing those notes, is an electrical signal from your brain, taking everything I'm saying and processing it through your hand, and you're writing the notes. You nodding your head, Ken, and chewing gum, and her smiling. It all is, well, probably, it's all electrical impulses that are started. They're signals. You want to know why a taser works? A taser works on the electrical system. The probes hit the body, and it confuses and constricts or contracts all the muscles in that area. Somebody has a heart attack, and they go in and put probes on the chest to measure what? Their rhythm, their heartbeat, which is a series of electrical signals. Okay? Yep. No, thank you. You should probably teach this part. But what happens is also that the series of electricity, or that current in our body, human body has a frequency that we remain in, typically remain in. And what Dr. Kim found is if he could charge something at the same type of frequency that the human body resides in, that maybe he could have an impact. I mean, this wasn't by chance. So he's got a Tesla coil. Y'all know what a Tesla coil is? Who doesn't?
I don't.
Okay, that's great. A Tesla coil, you ever remember, you know the car, it's not anything to do with the car, it's just named after him. Tesla was a scientist back in the 1800s, and he theorized that he could transmit electricity and power things through the air rather than through a cord. And if he could transmit that electricity through the air and power something, I mean, we have no need of the cables. And somebody think, well, that's crazy. How the heck can you do that? Well, how many in here have a cell phone? And that's a little bit of a signal. How about this? How many have internet on their cell phone? Think about how complex it would be to have. But what he theorized, he could charge things or do things. So a Tesla coil is a device. Almost all colleges have a Tesla coil. They create quantum electricity. They create static electricity. They can create different types of electricity. And you can go look at Tesla coil and see they sometimes make lightning. But he dialed it in at a specific frequency and then charged rolls of materials that were impregnated or had items like, I always say it wrong, tourmaline. So it's an extremely electrical conductive property, and it accepts the charge. And the artificial silk is dual layer or it's two thickness, and it accepts that particle and accepts that charge. I think it's like 5 days that he charges these things. And then as he charges them, they retain that quantum energy. And when we place it on our body, it helps normalize the energy of that area. They're incredible. Their stories, I can't read to you. There are testimonials that we have received that I can't even read to you that would blow your mind. That would blow your mind. I had an experience in St. George, Utah. The day after I had my blood drawn, I had an experience in St. George, Utah with somebody there. It's her story. She can share. I can't. It blew my mind what they will do. Here's the thing. Wherever there's negative energy, place it on it. Place it where there is. If you're having a problem somewhere, we don't cure or treat disease. Put it there. I absolutely love these things. They're incredible. I won't go without these either. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if anybody saw me post on Facebook, but my poor 11-year-old little baby gets migraines and she can't take anything. And she take ibuprofen, it doesn't help. And so she's like, asking for help. And I put little pieces right here, which are acupressure points. And then I put one where she told me it to be. She was playing on her computer like an hour and a half later instead of like sitting there crying in the dark. And the company doesn't say okay or not okay for kids, but my 11-year-old or my 6-year-old has them back here for her runny nose that's caused by all this weather that we have here in Florida. But they've been awesome for my kids.
Use them. That's the thing. Use them. Just make sure you
awesome.
Have them.
No
Make
drugs
sure
going through their liver.
And the other cool part of it is you see somebody who has some type of negative energy or whatever it is, make sure they have it. And I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I have something that has helped me immensely, and I would really like for it to be able to help you the same way. And these are the last 3 I have. And the only thing I want is just for you to let me know what you thought. Is that fair? And if I don't hear from you in a couple days, is it okay for me to call you? Thank you. Those are yours.
Wow.
Oops.
Now, Randy, as you were talking about removing the negative energy, what I kept thinking, because what I keep running into in my practice is people with peripheral neuropathy. And I'm thinking, well, let me slap this on you, see how you feel, I'll follow up with you. Because I'm just thinking, because that's just a misfiring of the nerves at a consistent basis. So, not saying that it's going to cure it or help it or take it away, but
If it doesn't, send it back.
right.
Here's the whole thing. We don't treat or cure disease. Okay.
Here you go.
She just go slap it on.
I'm
That's
gonna
it, that's the
slap it
thing.
I'm gonna put this on here, see if it helps.
We don't cure or treat disease, is what I'm saying. So,
I'm gonna slap it on.
I would slap it on whoever you.
My first experimental person is gonna be my husband. He's a cancer survivor. From chemotherapy, he has peripheral neuropathy pain. So when he starts, oh my leg, I'm like, okay, here you go, baby. Try that.
I love them. They work incredible. But again, the official word is we don't cure or treat disease, but I would put that on anyone who's having negative
There's no
energy.
barriers to experimentation. That's
No,
what-
they're so fun to experiment with. If somebody said, okay, if somebody said that for a condition like that, but see, nerves are so weird because you might be feeling stuff and that is not where it's coming from. So where would you even suggest experimenting for someone who had that in their feet? Where would you suggest trying?
Well, feet, number one, because it could be down there.
Okay,
And if it doesn't work there, work your way back up to your lower back.
okay,
Usually it all originates
so,
right there.
from somewhere.
Just
But
like that sciatica, it runs right along there. Bam. There you go.
there's great acupressure charts, specifics to
Yeah,
sciatica.
I need to make sure we take
Sorry.
this conversation away from that. because
Sorry,
we
sorry,
don't
sorry.
treat, you have these conversations
In
amongst
private.
That's
yourselves.
why I answered for you.
Thank you so much. I
Sorry,
appreciate that.
thank you.
No,
My bad.
no. It's that, I just want to make sure that from the company perspective, you hear that we don't cure or treat disease. We are protecting the worldwide opportunity and we deal with negative energy.
I do want to say something because I heard a testimonial about someone whose father had Alzheimer's, and he was concerned about a certain issue or negative energy, and so she put it in that area, and then like 2 hours later she asked him, and he kept saying, why do you keep asking? He had forgotten that she had placed something on, and he was fine. He says, why do you keep bringing this up? He forgot. Yeah.
I'm telling you flat out, there are certain things that I will not go without having at home all the time. My boy, he's now about 1.5 inches taller than Dad is. He's a big feller. He's 15,
Oh my gosh.
and he does track, he does discus, and he plays tennis. He doesn't look like a tennis player. I'm gonna just tell you that. He was not built for speed. He was built for power. And I told him, listen, you got to be careful with those ankles because you run a tennis, you need that movement. And he rolled his ankle the other day. Literally sent me a picture, and I said, you got to get these on you right now. You got to get them on right. The swelling, he said, you got to get them on right now. That's what he did. And I won't go without them. I won't go without my family having them. Period. So this is our.
The human body is made up of a series of electrical impulses. Everything we do, every word we hear, every movement we make has an electrical signal and energy associated with it. Quantum relief strips are a method of natural healing that works with the chi in the body to promote optimal wellness. Quantum relief strips bring energy to the body where the strip is applied, and these strips balance the energy in the body and relieves negative energy. These silk strips contain no ingredients other than quantum energy, so no nasty smells or odors to deal with. Developed by a renowned doctor in Korea, these exclusive and patented strips are applied to the area where quantum relief is wanted, balance the energy in that area, and are effective for 2 days. Once you experience it, you'll know that the quantum relief strips by Tavala are what you've been waiting for. Buy now at www.tavala.com today.
Did you show that video?
Yes.
Seriously?
No, I showed it earlier.
Oh, okay. I just remember the girl's hair bouncing again.
I was
And I was
thinking-
thinking about you
I-
every
I was
time I
gonna
see
say,
that girl's
Sean,
hair. I honestly
Sean.
do. Every time I see that, you're.
Yes. Yes. I was thinking that too. Like, how'd they get your permission?
Okay. I'm really thrilled about this one because I pushed hard to get this thing here. In fact, I have a bet with Boyd over this. That's not exaggeration. I have a bet with Boyd. Anybody see Trading Places?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically I have a bet like Randolph and Mortimer Duke. I mean, it's me against the Dukes, let's just say. That this product will become, I believe this product will become our second biggest grossing product within 3 months of its launch because of how consumable this is. This stuff, and no one should be without this. This is not just to win the bet, but in all honesty, this is one of the healthiest things that you can consume, period. It's low on the glycemic index. It has 40 calories per serving, and it has approximately 48,000 on the ORAC chart because of the polyphenols in dark chocolate or in cacao. Polyphenols is an incredibly important antioxidant. And I know there are people in here that could school me on antioxidants, but basically, instead of putting water on steel and watching it oxidize is pretty much what happens internally. Our cells can oxidize. It is a very powerful antioxidant. I think it tastes amazing as well. When you first try, how many here have had the brew so far? Okay, the first time you drink it, you're going to smell it and you're going to go, oh my heavens, that's going to be my hot chocolate. And you're going to take a sip like that. Was not what I was expecting. Okay, it's kind of like if you're going to have a root beer. I like root beer. You're going to have a root beer and you're getting it all ready and it's all foamy and the foam's gone down the top and you get ready and you take a swig and it's a Coca-Cola. It's like, even though I like Coca, it's like, that wasn't what I expected. Your smell and your tongue are getting two different signals. That's what I tell people the first time. I want them to know what they're going to experience. It's not hot chocolate. It's not chocolate. It's cacao. It's whole roasted cacao beans with no other ingredients. It is one of the healthiest things. In fact, the Mayans actually used to create this drink. They created this drink by roast. If you understand what a cacao plant, anybody seen a cacao pod? They can be small, skinny, they can be big. There are different versions of it. But what happens is in that, you can know the pod's ready by taking it and shaking it. And it will be attached to the tree. You shake it, and it becomes loose. You can tell that the little things. But what happens, you cut it open, these nuggets, about the size of your thumb, or depending on the breed, they might be smaller, they're covered with this white paste. And I'm telling you, that stuff is dang good, isn't it? I mean, it's flat out good. I was in Hawaii, and we went to this farm, and they picked a couple of cacaos for us, they opened them up, and I'm thinking, you could have used that. It reminded me of a bigger version of okra. And the reason why I mean okra. Okay? That kind of slime to that white, but it was freaking good. And so I'm in Hawaii, I ate the whole thing from both sides of the pod. And then the Nobel Prize needs to go to whoever figured out how to make chocolate out of those little snot balls. True. I mean, if you haven't had, you got to experience it. But what they do is then they roast it. But we use a specific process. I said our vendor uses a very specific process, and he doesn't use alkaline. So you might come across a cocoa powder or a drinkable one in some store, but you need to understand how things are processed typically at the store. Fruit Loops don't have fruit in them, just so you know. This stuff is non-GMO. This is organic, and this has been processed in a way that it maintains the health and nutrition perfectly. The gentleman doing this holds a PhD. Okay, he is Willy freaking Wonka. And when I mean that, he sources cacao beans for Nestle's, Hershey's, and Cadbury Schweppes. He goes, when I mean sources, he goes to the source where the beans are and picks their beans for him. He's won international competitions on chocolate bars, making chocolate bars. That's who this is. This stuff is absolutely amazing. I like it straight. Alan, who's our CEO, first time he tried it, says, are you kidding me? We don't drink coffee in Utah. Pretty much Starbucks starves in Utah. All us Mormons there. This stuff, I get him to try it. It tastes more like a coffee than it does a hot chocolate. But then we found this creamer. And I'll have you write it down because I'm promising you, if you like it, it's so good. This is evil, it's so good. Dairy Gold is the brand. You can get Dairy Gold, hallelujah. But it's a cream. It's not a powder. It's a real cream. It's not an oil. It's not hydrogen. It's a real cream. And it's a French vanilla. Oh, it's good. Put a little French vanilla. Sugar. I don't like sugar in this stuff. And I found that sugar doesn't change the flavor. It just, but creamer, putting a little French vanilla creamer, oh my heavens. Or almond roca. Yeah, that's good too. But something just to make sure. Alan, who was against it, we have a bag like this that the office consumes in the office every day. We go through a bag almost every day. Oh, wow. And Alan's in there, out there with the little, you having another one? Yeah, I like this stuff. It's kind of addicting. So we love this product. It's incredible.
Just a comment for those who don't like coffee, like myself, like I really, and my mom, really don't like the flavor of coffee. So what I've done is I've got unsweetened almond milk and stevia because I am a sweet girl. I like it to be sweet. So I put stevia, unsweetened almond milk, and then I get some vanilla non-GMO powder, protein powder. Put it in there, and then I also add like just a tablespoon or two of organic whipping cream, although I'm totally looking this up. But then it makes it so I love it, and then it also makes it almost into a meal replacement because I've got protein to go with it, and it makes it taste really good.
Hold on a second. So everybody, I'm just gonna hate to do this, but so you just don't see this. Hold on, just okay. We're working on it.
Oh.
Can I say that out loud?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay. If you look at the benefits of dark chocolate or cocoa powder, in fact, the Mayo Clinic listed 15 of the most important foods that you can eat as a human, and they listed chocolate or dark chocolate or cocoa powder as 2 of the top 15 things necessary. You do research about what dark chocolate or cocoa powder does for the human body. This is the purest that you can find. So there's a video on this. Also, I apologize, I didn't load it on, but it's a very good video. You can find it online at the Develop Marketing Resources. And that's what I've got on product. Fair enough?
Are we able to buy any of this product if anyone wanted to actually fill out a form and?
This is available. I would love to leave with nothing with me. So it's here. The nice part is you won't pay shipping. So it's here. Everything that's available here is available here, and I'll fulfill everywhere I can until we don't have it more. Okay?
What do you think it's doing?
I'm about to get serious about really trying other products on a regular basis instead of I don't care about food. I used to always say years ago, God, I think come out with a pill, like just like swallow a pill, enough to eat. Like some people look forward to their meals, Mr. Randy Craig.
Yes, I do.
But the thing is, when I take the trim, I'm one of those who I don't think about eating until like 7 at night, and then it's just. So I know why. I mean, I haven't done it religiously, but I'd like to drop about 15 pounds. And I think including a lot of these products, and I want to be prepared because, yeah. So we need some of these.
Okay.
Besides, we're low on the snooze, and you'll fight me for the snooze.
Oh, I won't fight you. That's not good.
Thank you so much. Do you have any questions about products that I can answer? Okay.
Awesome.
That was
Great
excellent.
job. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, at least one of them.
That's what I was thinking.
The next section is gonna be done by Jen. She's coming back.
Control.
If not, yes. Everything good?
Yeah, so her 7-year-old calls her and says that Jackie locked us in the office. My air-conditioned office where the kitties are. It's fine.
Okay.
Crisis averted.
I don't want to keep standing up.
Okay.
Then come back up and talk about, weight loss challenges.
Mhm.
You do about 10, 15 minutes on that one?
Okay.
Jennifer Dillon.
Okay, so there's 2 components that I'm going to talk about with the weight loss challenge, kind of doing it in 2 completely different ways, and tweak it however you want, however it works for you. The first way that I started with it was when people actually started on the program. So not as a prospecting tool, but as a way to get new people engaged and get them sharing their experience. So with people who order, they order a month, whether it's a month of the trim and the control or a month of the trim. So my 7-day challenge for them is get on your, are we okay? Okay. I need you to post once a day how you feel, whether it's, I'm not hungry, I've got tons of energy, I've lost this, whatever your experience is, post once a day and tag me. So what that's doing is it's getting someone excited because the first 7 days of this, from my experience, I would say people usually lose at least 7 pounds their first week, that's pretty average. So even if you've got somebody that's losing 5 pounds in their first week and you've got them posting every day, I've got all this energy, I feel so great, I can't even eat, I'm not hungry. And so this gets them going. So somebody who may not necessarily be comfortable with sharing, this gets them to get out of their shell and talk about what they've got going on. So they're excited about it, and for them doing that, I give them a free week of trim. So you do this every day, 7 days in a row, you tag me every day, you post it, then I'm gonna give you a free week of trim. So this is something that does the follow-up for me that first week. I don't have to follow up, they're tagging me. I'm seeing how they're doing every single day of that first 7 days. And then for doing that, all of their friends are seeing their posts every day about this and how they're doing, and then they get a free week of trim. So this has gone like really well. I had one person that did it, she would tag it, and you guys might have seen her, Christine, she got married, I don't remember her last name anymore, but, or her new last name, because I went to high school with her. But anyways, Christine Soma, something else. But she posted on Tovala Sample Support every day, and she posted on her regular Facebook every day and tagged me on it. She's like, I love this, I love this, I lost 2, I lost 4. So that is a 7-day challenge that I do for my new people. How'd you like to earn an extra free week to go with your mom? Tell me more. I don't think I've had anybody say no to me yet, I'm pretty sure. So the other one, this I got from Rich, and I had a great conversation with him. He is a smart guy, lots of good ideas, and I just love what he did. And so about the company listening, this was the company listening to keep the 7-day pack because of Rich, because of this program that he does, which is really neat. So you've got people out there who love to do this. I mean, not everybody does, but you've got people that love to go out there and they'll organize a jewelry party, a Tupperware party, a party light party, whatever. The leggings, that's like super popular right now. People out there doing the leggings parties, and they're virtual. You can do it virtual, you can do it in person, whichever you prefer. So you've got somebody that loves to organize these parties. So you say, okay, 10 people, get 10 people, 9 people to do it with you. You get yours free. And then whoever wins the weight loss challenge for that week is also going to receive a free week. So everybody pays $25 to participate in the 7-day challenge, except for the organizer. And so you end up getting $225 back, which if you bought a business box, you way more than cover what you paid for that. So that gets that person sharing, and he said one of the qualifications that he does is he has that person sign up as a free member. I just learned about this last week, so I've talked to a couple people, but I haven't had a chance to do it myself. So whoever's your organizer person, you set them up as a free member. So any of those people, they're on day 3, day 4, they want to order, they're going right under that person. So that person may have 0 experience with talking to anybody, network marketing, anything, but they know how to do a party. So then you get this going, and he said, you know, he ends up with other people within that wants to do a 10-day challenge. Absolutely. And so he gives them 2 choices. He said, you can be the organizer, I'll pay for it, you know, and do all of this. You do the follow-up with them. I'm going to show you how to place the orders. You place the orders, and then he'll mail them out, because usually they're going to be virtual. So he said his only work involved in it is just mailing them out, and they PayPal him the $25. Easy. $25, and the money's right there. So then if the organizer person says, wow, look, now I've got 6 or 7 customers, if they want to do it again, or they've got somebody, then they have the option at that point to go to the box themselves. So it's a really great way to get a lot of people in it together. And I'm sure some of you have, you know, like, oh, come on, let's go on a Diet Monday. I mean, I can't count how many times I've done that. But it's always fun when you've got people doing it with you. So if you've got a group of 10 people that are doing it, you're going to have a good percentage of them that are going to do the program. And you haven't lost any money, you gain money. Even if not a single person, you still make money on the $25 7-day challenges. And it's a great way to get a lot of people excited at one time. And your person who organizes it could have a ready-made team that she would have said, oh no, I'm just going to be a customer. So I think that both of the ways, though very, very different and very different results, are a lot of fun to do and really get people excited and involved and plugged in. Excellent. Yep. Yeah. Questions? Okay.
Cool, thanks, Jen. So,
Uh-oh. I swear I did that.
Goya to stop messing around there.
All right, guys. Let me get just a second to get up. Too much. Joy, did you want to hop up and?
Oh, by the way, Mr. Randy Crank, come up here for a quick second.
What did you do, Randy? I don't know.
He's in trouble.
Just get up.
Uh-oh.
I wished him a happy birthday, 43. He's actually a little bit older, but I was really serious when I said that. But this is a card signed by
Oh,
the
you're
group
kidding me.
here.
Thank you so much. You know, literally, I had somebody send me a text yesterday and said, hey, what are you doing for your birthday? And I said, I'm doing exactly what I love to do. I'm in the field with my leaders. I'm telling you, I kid you not, I love what I do. I love coming out and meeting with y'all and literally celebrating your victories and being able to be a part of, networking is an incredible thing for me because I love people. And that's what I said on my mind. I want to find someone that's fun. That's why I tease the crap out of Goya. But I think you guys are too sweet. Thank you. I'll cherish this very much. Thank you so much.
Oh, fun.
Let's have some fun. We're gonna wrap this up. This is gonna be quick, Chris. Keep your eyes on your own
See how much you
paper.
remember.
Keep your eyes on your own paper. For the other day. So this is kind of fun. You'll really get a sense of what you already know. We're gonna go through this. This is an open book test, but can't keep your eyes on your own paper, please. And
That's how I got through college.
I heard. How do I know?
College athlete, that's how they do it.
That's it, baby. So let's talk about this. If you don't understand something, we'll get into some more details. Just keep on keep going. You probably know all the answers. Okay, what's the name of our newest product?
Rude.
Rude. Cool. How many members do you need to reach titanium?
3.
3. I thought you were asking a question.
No, I was holding up for founders.
So you need 3 members. How many customers do you need?
2.
2. Okay. Is it required to have a subscription ownership to earn money? Well, not required.
Suggest.
What city and state is the company located?
American Fork, Utah.
American Fork, Utah. What percent is paid on your personally enrolled members? 20%. How much additional do you make on a customer? 10. Okay. Why would a business builder buy the business box? Samples.
And save money.
And save money.
And become Palladium for 8 weeks.
That's what you did. And remember, the builder box with the additional samples is still available today.
It is, here's the thing, just so you know, that promo expired, it's here at the event only. And the extra samples and the Palladium is here only.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't want to, right. Sorry, guys. Number 7, does England have a 4th of July?
Yes.
Of course they do.
Yeah, they have a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th. No, it's not. It's a very straightforward question. How much extra do you earn on customers? You already did that one?
Yeah.
10%. Are you permitted to use the name Tavala as part of your website name?
No.
No, that is a trademark name. Okay. What level do you earn the 360 lifestyle bonus?
And above.
Palladium and above. Number 11, is the comp plan a binary or a unilevel? Unilevel. What products are in the experience box? I would say all.
One of each.
What?
Trim sticks, trim capsules, control, QRS strips, snooze, alert, and brew.
Good job. How often,
Weekly.
how often does the bottle play? Hey. Okay, well, we get the comp plan, commission period. When does it start and stop? What's our week?
Wednesday to Tuesday.
Wednesday at midnight, till Tuesday at 11:59 Mountain Time, right? They complete it then. Typically by Thursday, they run the commissions, and mail the check. We get our check by Monday on the East Coast.
We literally mail them every Friday. They have them prepared. We do a commission review on Wednesday. We do a cut of the check on Thursday, signature of the checks on Thursday, and in envelopes and mailed on Friday.
Ridiculous how fast it
That's
gets.
a
We
lot
just
of
can't
work.
believe it on the East Coast where we are.
That work is getting harder and harder every
They're
week.
getting a lot more
They're
checks.
getting heavier every week.
Awesome.
What month is the cruise?
November.
Anybody know the date?
Well, I'm almost qualified.
I
I
don't know.
had to request
Where
my
are we
time
going?
off.
Where are you taking us on the cruise?
Haiti and I know one starts with an S.
So we're going to St. Martin.
St. Martin.
In St. Martin, yes.
We're going to Haiti.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Cool. Anywhere else we're going? Any other stops?
We're actually planning and local, this is something that I'm sorry to interject, but this is something y'all need to hear because y'all are going to benefit greatly. All the leaders that are going to win that or earn that cruise, we're going to plan a meeting Saturday here, a special meeting where we're going to drive people from the whole southeast to it. And we're going to put on stage the leaders who qualify, and they're going to go up and teach best practices. And another thing that we'll do is it will supercharge this area of the people who didn't qualify for the cruise. But we're going to hold a super regional here in Florida on the Saturday 4th. And your teams will greatly benefit from that.
Awesome.
And I expect everyone in this room to be on the cruise anyway, so you'll be here anyways.
That's right.
Cool.
Yes, ma'am. Question.
How do I qualify for the cruise? I didn't hear that part. I'm sorry.
I don't have any.
I don't think we
I can tell you how you qualify. It's hit
Okay, how do
Palladium.
you earn it?
How do you earn it? Yes, it's 13. You hit Palladium for 13 times. And in all honesty, if you hit Palladium once, you should automatically hit it 4 times. Because your volume lasts for 4 weeks. So maintain the requirements of Palladium for at least 13 weeks or 4 months or 3 months and 1 week is what it is. Or hit the other ranks less time.
Platinum 9.
The higher rank.
Yeah. Pardon me?
Platinum is 9.
Platinum is 9. Okay.
So even if somebody gets them late, they can. One of them's 4. Is the next one 4?
Rose gold is 5. White gold is, I believe, 3. And 14 karat is, I believe, 1. 14 karat and above is 1. One time you hit it. But the key part is there is so much time between now. Palladium is 3,000 volume over 4 weeks. There is plenty of time for everyone to earn that cruise.
Yep.
And I mean earn it. I appreciate you saying it's earned the cruise. And it's going to be spectacular.
What's the price of a single pack of quantum release strips? Say again?
$64.99.
Okay, got it. All right, number 16. I'm looking for a number here. How many of each species? Looking for a number. Did Moses have on the ark? How many of each?
2.
Got 2. What else?
2 by 2.
Male, female, that's not a number.
It still says 2.
Actually, the answer is 0.
Oh.
It was actually Noah who had the ark. Oh, you usually get him on that. That's good. I know it's getting late. but
Moses
let's
didn't
start.
have an ark.
What volume do you need to reach Palladium?
3,000.
3,000. Cool. Is the volume weekly or is it over 4 weeks? Cool. 18. What percent are you paid on your first level?
20.
Second and third level?
25.
Got it. How many levels deep can you earn in the comp plan?
10.
Is it dynamically compressed?
Yes.
Does everybody understand what that means? Dynamically compressed.
That's exactly right.
Dynamically, anybody? We go down 10 levels. Unlimited wide, go to 10 deep. Let's say you've got somebody on your 5th level that's just tearing it up, doing fantastic. Normally on our comp plan, if you look at the 20, 25, 25, I think 6, and then it goes to 5%, you'd be making 5% on it. If you had 2 of those people between you and them, that weren't doing anything, the computer's going to compress them up. They could actually be in your 3rd position and making 25%. So it's compressed dynamically. It'll keep going down to bring those people up. who's next on doing. So if you sign up somebody who's not doing anything, but she brings in a superstar, that person's closer to you. Okay? So it's an outstanding piece of the compensation plan.
It's dynamic.
It's dynamic.
You should have said it there, it's dynamic. Okay, what's the retail price of a box of trim?
$64.99.
Okay, then what's the member price?
$64.99.
I try to say it fast. Like, what's the price of the builder box? QRS.
$3.99.
Same price as the trim. In the building a unilevel compensation play, compensation plan, do you go wide or deep first?
Wide.
How many members and customers do you need to reach silver? How many members? 5 and
3.
3, got it. Cool. How many days supply do we have in trim and control?
28.
20 days. What are the only things, oh, I didn't want to cover this today. I want to ask you, what are the only things you can ask your team to do?
What are already doing ourselves.
Okay. Leadership is from the front. I did a video, I did show it today, with a string on a table and pulling the string. Most people lead by pushing the string and it bunches up. It doesn't go anywhere. If you'll pull it, people will follow it. They got to see you do it first. Then you're authentic, and then literally have authority to say, hey, do this, I do. What day and time is the corporate call?
Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern?
Can I reiterate that? Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Mountain. We'll see you there.
We'll see you there.
Yes.
Very important.
And you guys do a great job. When you hop on there, I'm usually doing intros, giving your first name, where you're calling in from. I wanted to take that position, not only because I think it's important to do professional interviews. Alan said one day, well, thanks for doing the pre-call chatter. And I said, what the hell? I give him a hard time all the time. What do we do the chatter today? It's important to say, I want to set the culture, I want to set the speed. I was a company I was with back in 2004. We had 6 live calls a day. Live. And they went like clockwork. Different people leading it, different people doing the intros. It was, you got on that call, you had to scream to have them even hear you, that you were on the call. And it set a pace. That's all I was trying to do, say, hey, we're here, we're excited to be in here.
And I want you to know how proud I am of this team specifically and the participation that we have from this team. I want you to know that I know exactly who's on the calls. I can see who gets to be able to join. We're actually trying to modify and do additional calls to support areas that it's such a time difference.
Guam.
Guam? Yeah, I support people in Guam, I do.
Yes.
Our getting started webinar Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Now that we got a wonderful little Hawaiian team, that's 5 a.m. their time. That don't work, right? And I don't want to go somewhere, I think Jim said go later in the day. If somebody said go later in the day on Saturday. No. I wait around all day to do a 1 hour. So we're probably going to go Wednesday night. I mean, we asked about that, probably Wednesday evening before a team call before. So you got one night of calls, and then other nights, do your business or fall in love with your family.
Just gonna get bigger.
Gonna get bigger. How much does it cost for membership to join Kabbalah?
$1,000.
2,000.
What's the advantage on being a subscription or an ownership?
Free shipping and don't run out of product.
Free shipping. You guys know that? Free shipping on a subscription. What day, time, and time does our commission week start?
Wednesday morning to Tuesday midnight Mountain.
Yeah, so Wednesday morning, I guess it's noon, 12 a.m. Mountain Time. So what words can you use to describe how the QR strips work for you? And is pain one of them? Can't use the word pain. Now the company is using, and they're really protective. They're using, negative energy. And I remember there was a text going back and forth, about 5 or 6 of us. We were trying to come up with names, what we could. And Alan said vexed. I like the word vexed. I know, what are you talking about? What's this vexed stuff? I use the word balance. It balances the body. The word relief is in the strip. It'll bring relief to the body. The company is very, very specific. And even though Alan said, I know out there in the field, you guys are going to go use the P word. He said, but so the corporate events and when we're in front, we're not. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
It's not a word that you're going to hear on corporate calls because Alan's not comfortable with the word discomfort.
And again, the main thing is
Not
protecting the worldwide opportunity.
Yeah.
And so yes, on a call or on a webinar
webinar or in a post, we don't use the P word or some of those other words. Sorry.
Negative energy, I say the body out of balance, it brings balance to where you put it on, it realigns the body, there's different, different ways you can say
So
it.
the population that I circle around, I gotta dumb it down a little bit. Seriously.
Yeah.
Up there in Hernando, Pasco, Cypress, they don't understand, so, I gotta dumb it down, tell them, to get rid of this negative energy there. So, like that argument.
Does anybody want to do an extra credit question?
Yes.
Extra bonus?
Extra bonus? You can put your paper, you don't even need to pay for this. There's nothing to do with Kabbalah. This is a pronunciation test.
It's good for Randy and Ken.
Pronunciation test. A lot of nothing. I feel a little odd. I don't know why. Here's pronunciation test. So how do you say this? How do you correctly pronounce it? Okay. What's the correct pronunciation of the capital of Kentucky? Is it Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville. It's Louisville.
This guy's got it back here. It's actually pronounced
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is actually Good job. I love that. I usually get the whole, that's what I use, that's what I usually
I
get.
didn't know what the capital of Kentucky was. I'll just go in with it. Clearly.
About that on the way down.
You guys are on the same
Yeah.
Just saying.
Cool. Any questions, anything we covered today, guys? Was this useful time for you?
Yes.
Did you learn? Did you pick up some new things? Was it the right? Loved you guys coming down, all the new people here, just to really see who we are, as a company, who corporate is and who we are in the field. And it's really our honor. One of the decisions Joy and I made 4.5 years ago with the previous company was we decided to be the upline we never had. And I challenge you, and I'll have you guys consider to make that same choice. Because at the top of your team is you, and you want to be that leader for them. That's what they're looking for. Okay, so if you want to grow big and you have some real passionate goals here, you don't want to pass up leadership. I mean, use us as much as you can. I'll do it all day long for you. But you want to be that person that grows that team, that people go, I want to be on their team, because team's important. One of the things I normally showed, I didn't know if there was any other guests, other teams or whoever, some of the gentleman that was here. I usually show a slide that says why team's important and what we offer and what we have, and use that to your advantage. Okay, we do the live webinars every Monday night. We do the getting started webinars. These are live. You see me up in the little corner. Just so you know, I put on a nice shirt. A lot of times I got gym shorts on and just like to stand up. We're good. So it's just, but doing those presentations, I think it's really important to have those out. We have a team call because not everybody's comfortable on a live stream. We are going to, that's once a week. We're going to have a leadership call. I just threw it out to the leaders on the team. A leadership webinar that you guys will be able to watch. 4 or 5 of us on the screen, and we're just going to have a roundtable discussion about business. And just kind of, we'll do it on a Zoom. So that's going to be something.
I also want to mention that I have agreed, as long as I can, and I love doing it, is give me a testimonial, give me information. I know several of you have, and I'll do a blog. I'll do a product blog, and I'll do a business blog, and use your pictures. And then if you have a video embedded in there, this has been so amazing because it's like someone else is tooting their horn, not you. Some, like Darlene, for example, she was really, really open and honest about how her life was, and she was introduced to Tabala and her weight loss, and we used her pictures, said a little bit about her leadership at the bottom and her video, and she gets leads. We see because they'll go to work with David Joy, and people want to say, I'd like to talk to this woman, or I want to join with this woman, and we'll just give her the lead. So I'll do that free. All you have to do, and you guys have done it, Jen's done it, is just send me a Word doc or whatever, get the information to me, I'll convert it. Mark Butts, it was so funny because I read his, I'm like, yeah, he wrote just like he talks. It was perfect. So it was his blog with his before and after pictures and his leadership. And I have a blast doing that. And it just gets the whole team thing out there more and more. So I encourage you to take up on that.
Because our blog is really highly indexed, it's going to get out there. We we've had people with 4 or 5 leads in the first week that came on, because when they contact us, we can see they contacted this certain blog, and we know it was Darlene's blog, or we knew it was Jennifer's blog, or whatever it is, and then we just ship that right to them. So it's really cool. The other thing we offer to the team, I want to make sure you guys understand it too, anybody that bought the Builder's Box. I don't know if a lot of you guys have seen our promotional video that we had produced. We hired some people and did some, we've been offering that to the team. So anybody that buys the Builder's Box, we'll give that to you for free. We'll brand it with your face on there, with your information. And we're gonna have people that are getting great results.
I'll tell you, it's pretty spectacular.
Let's take a look at it. This is, I think I've got it queued up here, just to, people with some great results on that.
Once you reach Palladium, we'll do it for you at no cost. And we've had people actually,
Pay $75 to have, because we sent it off to the guy who originally
some
developed
guy in the Philippines, yeah.
Yeah. But we offer people buying the business box, we'll do it for free. Because we want that out there for you. We want you to brand you, you know?
Yeah, I thought that was great.
Awesome video.
Yeah.
Seriously, I love that video. I love that video.
It's not just the card video?
Okay, how I came across Dave and Joy at the very beginning is at the other company, when I was doing research about the other company, about joining, I literally went through every online resource and he kept popping up everywhere. It was him that popped up, not the company, but him. His recruitment videos, the card video, they're fantastic what he does. This team up here in front, these leaders in front are spectacular. Here's the other thing that you need to know about. These of the people I am aware of, these are the only just full-time Kabbalahs, meaning that they don't have outside employment, that they're here. That says something about this team and what they're able to do, and the attention that this team has because of what they are doing and how they're building. There's a reason why we've come out now a couple of times, and we'll continue to come out and support them. We supported them in Jersey, we'll support them here, and wherever they ask us to go, the team will go. One of us will go. You've got incredible leadership here, and we're thrilled to be partnered up with Dave and Joy. Very much so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool, guys. That's what we have for today. For those on live stream, thanks for being here and watching. Hope you heard most of it. And this will turn into a video. We'll make it a video. I'll do a couple pieces so it's not 4 hours long. So, anything else from you guys? Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How'd you like the quiz? Do you realize how much you know?